Yes.
No, that was me almost dropping something. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's like, oh no.
I almost straight fucking roasted my root beer can. Got that shit all over my computer.
You see,
Oh no.
I felt like
I'm
you were
so
gonna say
back.
beer or some type of alcohol, but then you had to
No,
get that
bro.
root sort of in.
It's 11 o'clock in the morning. Not that I haven't done that or will do that. I just don't have any.
Exactly.
I just don't have any. So I have a healthier, less caffeinated alternative.
His excuse was, "Look, it's not like I have any of that right now. Okay, jeez, give me some. Cut
I'm
me some
not.
slack."
I'm not gonna go back to July 4th. We're not gonna talk about that.
Look.
Hey, it's
Oswald,
8:30 p.m. and I'm checking screwdrivers.
it's afternoon somewhere in the world.
It is. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Thank you, Alan Jackson. Thank you.
There's no time. There's technically no
Thank
time.
you.
these
R.I.P.
days.
Jimmy Buffett. Fucking Christ.
Well, if you add in all the other worlds in the universe, it has to be true, right?
Well, you know what? Now that you've said that, I'm gonna go get something. Fuck you.
If you're floating out in the middle of space, is it really day and night?
Well, it depends. Are you near a celestial body? Is there,
Well,
that's
I
what kind
might.
of views.
I guess like time is relative to where you're at, right? So like the other creature on the other side of the universe that is thinking about having a drink, it has to be 5 o'clock for them somewhere, right?
Actually, I tend to disagree. Day is when you begins when you wake up, and it ends when you go to sleep.
More importantly,
Okay, spoken by a true night owl.
yeah, but more importantly, here's the question: is it a part of one's culture to drink for breakfast?
Depending on where you're from, I think. I don't
Can I make the culture up? Then yes.
I mean,
It kind of depends on culture. What do you define? Like work culture? Like
we have
culture?
a
Like just
literal German here who I feel could attest to day drinking.
I mean, I would ask a Russian in the cold if they tested day drinking. But sure, let's ask a German.
Russians just bleed vodka. They just bleed that shit.
I mean, we kind of do
I got
drink a lot here, so
I got
yes.
some lemonade mead.
Like, is it a German thing that construction workers just drink after every shift, or is it an
I
American
think
thing
that's
too?
just a European thing. The drink.
Warehouse workers too, because co-workers I've always seen drinking a beer after
It's
every
probably
single shift.
less destructive in Europe. Yeah, I'd say.
I mean, beer at least in the South, definitely is a very commonplace thing. Like, I can't imagine. I mean, I could, but I find it more plausible that there was a group of Texan construction workers cracking open natty lights just for their lunch casually.
You're never gonna guess that I have a team of Texan construction workers building a cooler in my warehouse that are in fact drinking beer on their lunch.
Hey, it's obviously getting the work
That
done,
is
right?
so crazy. We give them free beer to drink for lunch.
No, that's solidarity right there.
Well, you know.
Like, hey, thanks for doing the job we are paying you to do. Here's a bonus.
Yeah. Here's some more stuff. They're like, oh, rad. Yeah. I got some lemonade mead.
It sounds pretty good, actually.
Shit.
When you first said it, I wasn't sure, but then now I think about that, that actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah, man. It's pretty good.
Isn't mead like a lemonade in itself among alcoholic drinks?
Kinda.
Mead is made from fruit, if I remember correctly, or something.
It's made from honey.
Honey and fruits, yes.
Yeah, honey and fruits. It's like a wine, except instead of fermenting grapes, you would ferment honey.
It's like a wine, except it actually tastes good.
Yes.
Wines are good.
Wines
I
are
like
good,
wine.
but meads
have
are
the
really
right
good.
Meads are
wine is meant to be paired with things, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like you don't like no.
I mean, for
either
me,
with another wine or something else. Like it's supposed to be paired with things or
for me,
food.
I think as
If
long
I
as
go
it
into a
tastes good.
restaurant and they pair me a wine with a wine, I think I'm
You
gonna
pair
be
red
like,
wine with white wine.
I'm gonna be like, how did you know? Like, what do you?
Now I'm just thinking about the imagery. Like you
Well,
can
I've
drink
been to a
beer on
wine
its
bar. Is
own.
my point. I've been to a
I
few
was like,
wine bars.
I go into a restaurant and they're like, and today's wine is paired with another glass of wine. I'm like, nice,
It's the exact same wine.
hell
By the
yeah.
way. Just yeah,
Like,
wine.
oh, you're like, how did somebody, is it my birthday? Did somebody make a reservation today?
Shit.
That's
That's
crazy.
I anything that just tastes good. So basically anything that's not beer, at least not American beer. Uh, but
Mm.
I would certainly love it if I just go to a restaurant, any restaurant, and like, so our selection of drinks today are sake and more sake and more.
Yeah, I have a nice sake pairing with another sake.
Yeah,
You're like,
sake is
nice.
good.
I fucking got tipsy as all hell at a fucking Japanese festival, just drinking sake after sake at a fucking sake tasting.
Mm. I want sake now.
Mm.
Like all the other things you mentioned, I was like, okay, that sounds good. But sake is one of those things that I agree. It's just like,
Okay.
What does it even taste like? I never had the pleasure of trying it.
It is.
It
It
tastes
is
like
sweet.
death if you're. It tastes like death if you've
Mm.
never drank it before.
Yeah, the first time you take it, it's a little weird, but like it's kind of sweet. And it's made from rice.
That's a wine made
Um,
from rice.
Yeah,
It's
and it has it definitely has like an alcoholic aroma to it. Like you can smell it when you drink it. But it's like almost like I don't know. It reminds me of like a buttery. There's a buttery taste to it too. In my opinion, like it kind of has this.
I would
So, like,
add on to that.
Buttery alcoholic liquid.
And
liquid
depending
rice?
on how much they polish the rice, because they cut the rice down to make like like little pieces and stuff, like to polish
Yeah.
all that nasty shit off of it. Depending on how much nasty shit they polish off of it, it makes it like drier or sweeter, depending on how they want to do it.
And
It's cool.
I would add on to that, like when you kind of take the first hit of it, it feels like it has that kick of any other type of strong alcohol
Yeah.
without that burn going on. And
Yeah.
then like
No, it's just the warmness. It's like such an intense, just like, ooh, that's warm. Oh my gosh.
even
Uh,
if it's chilled, you kind of no matter what, like chilled or warm,
Yeah.
you get that kick from it. But once you
Yeah.
after that like first shot, after that, it's just like a smooth, fruity flavor for the most part.
Bro.
oh,
I'm thinking
I
about
need,
now
I
I'm
need
thinking
it.
about that sake.
I want sake and sushi now, man. Like,
No.
okay. Well, let's get back into it. Sidetrack.
My roommate was
The
also like, "Why are you drinking at 11:32?" Just so you guys know.
why
I
not?
walked out. He was like, "What the fuck?"
D&D, come on.
It's fucking
Yeah.
Saturday. Who cares about time?
I usually don't, but I'm trying to be responsible.
I like that
Fuck that.
perspective. Well, last session was our 73rd session, and you had it was called The Lapid Lands Still Stand. We began last time with being atop the haven where Kelgor had recently fallen and Trillo had dived underground to take cover from the rain of these dwarven sharpshooters as they try to take that position. However, the unexpected arrival of basically five others kind of turns the tide. First, it's Nouvelle and Fraction kind of attached together, then Strike roaring in, and then we have Sarek and Kelreer kind of land nearby, and soon thereafter, we have Des and Carrie and Carl, and Trillo's then able to resurrect Kelgor, and they kind of stop that pretty powerful group of sharpshooter dwarves that were looking to basically, upon investigating them after, they all had like repel systems to where they were going to create ropes to like to repel into the city to allow other dwarves and things to come thereafter to have more quick access kind of thing. And a lot of this is being watched upon kind of a few miles off up on a hill, very off in the distance. Like you're seeing like specks of things happening and then smoke and then noise, and that's like the gist of it. But Liam and Althea and Fedri kind of watch on from afar here and there, but they're reinforcing the back entrance just in case another squad or whatnot comes through. And here on the map where we're currently on is where Eros and Drazik, the Blade Singer, face this horde of dwarves that is in the process of kind of retreating after losing their captain, if you will. The guy that was in the snake kind of was leading them in a lot of ways. And the horns were being blown for retreat, and so there was a group of sharpshooters that was wrapping up trying to take out as many catapults as they could before they retreated. But they're kind of jumped upon by Eros and Cash, and they just thunder and smash, and it was lots of death of dwarves eventually. And then Drazik with a few of the other face summons, but mostly him in some capacities, is eventually rejoined by Strike and Trillo and Sarek and Kelreer, and they kind of circumvent most of the escape. And through the actions of Sarek, mostly, some of the things he said and tried to get them, there's kind of a group of them, which are the bodies of the ones that are closest to Kelreer and Cash, predominantly. Well, the bodies closest to all where all the groups are in the south here, really. They kind of turned around to allow the others to retreat and kind of sacrifice themselves along the way. You have one of their high-ranking members still alive. Most, if you want to know, I didn't know how many you wanted to keep alive, so I just kind of left one alive for now. But you know, we didn't quite discuss more than one. So if you want more than one, let me know. If you want a sharpshooter or something else, let me know. I also kept the pilot of the snake guy alive, even though he's feeble-minded, because he would be someone that would have access to things and knowledge that the rest of you wouldn't, to be sure. I think would be the reason at least a few of you would have by that point. Because there was some discussion of interrogation, basically. In the process of gathering these things up and, quote unquote, in game terms, looting, Liam is reconnected with some of his little creatures, mostly groundhogs that he's been talking to over the last few weeks. And they have explained to him that off in the distance, there's a group of these dwarves, obviously, the Jorvians with their three other primordial mechs that have kind of stopped and set a camp they're obviously waiting for something, is the reasoning that you guys have come to. And the rest of the army seems to be kind of moving further north by northeast away from them. Obviously, what would make the most sense is either they're going to the city of Salt or they're eventually going to turn east to go to the towers of the Fellis. which is a big trade post kind of east of there, would be the only other thing they might go to, just to maybe control the roads that lead west to east. And we kind of are gonna pick up after as close to that as you want to be. Like you can pick up with a moment after, or you guys can say, "Hey, we're gonna bind them and imprison them in whatever hole the Lapids have, and take a long rest, and then come back to them when we're able to think more clearly, or you have more spells, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to say to that idea." And then it's kind of, as we discussed last time, wrapping up some of any loose ends you want to wrap up with, and kind of with these characters in the Lapid lands, and then sending them in whatever direction we're sending them in, and then we're gonna start to probably discuss thereafter, however long that role play takes, the city stuff a little bit. Kind of give you a perspective of at least time and pacing that we're going to kind of play with, because there's going to be some jump forwards in time here and there by a few days and stuff, that will allow you guys to kind of build up some downtime things for these characters. Not many days, I'm going to be honest, but there are some. So where do we want to pick up? Right after the fights, and you want to talk to these guys when they're still like in the thick of everything, and it's like in the background you're gathering up bodies, Lapids might be looting things, you guys are taking what things you think might be interesting to yourselves and whatnot, and kind of eventually the queen would probably come out and start to help organize that with some more commoners that weren't the fighters. Or is it like that's already happening and we're in the morning and you guys come to them basically with the queen somewhere in one of her holes, or even in front of her throne, to discuss with these dwarves what they might know? Where do you want to set this?
I kind of want to do it just as the battle ends, personally. Anyone else?
Yeah. Right. Fucking jump right into it, man.
What was happening?
Like,
I
are
don't know, man.
we role playing immediately after the battle ends, or are we just cutting to next morning? I'm voting for
Role-playing
role play immediately. 3
Same.
minutes, 4. Okay, I think we're all in this.
Okay, so you guys, we're gonna zoom in to this point then, where we have this dwarf that's been, his brain's been discombobulated, and he sees the aftermath, and he falls down on his knees and kind of tosses his axe aside, and he's blubbering intangible language. He can't speak language nonetheless, and he is beyond sad and distraught. He is beyond just like, he goes to the closest dwarf that was killed most recently, and he grabs at its arm and head in a haphazard, like almost like a little crawling baby. Like he can barely do it. He's so just lost and distraught with these things. And then he just falls down. He looks at you guys and he kind of like ignores you. He like knows you're there, but he knows he's defeated. Like there's an obvious like acceptance of that. He can just kind of slump back on his back and he just wails, and the wail sort of sounds like Moradin, like sort of, but it's really hard to like make that claim in some ways. I could have just went like it could have just been that. But like those of you that speak Dwarvish or have any understanding of Dwarven culture, which most of you would have some basic understanding, would kind of maybe make that connection if you want to role play with that. And he's kind of in the background, kind of wailing. And we have Nouvelle and Fraction. They've kind of brought this guy back from the battlefield while you guys were wrapping him up, so he wouldn't escape. And they, I don't know, see that the field is kind of passed down, and they would start to like make their way back to you guys to help with the situation if that was the case. I think. What do you guys do?
Man, that's kind of sad.
Yeah, that sucks really bad, not gonna lie. So, you want to pick him up and take him over to the other prisoners, or do we want to let him just cry on the floor like a little baby?
I'd say we give him a minute. I
Yeah.
don't think he's going anywhere.
Yeah. Well,
Wow,
we
that
did it.
was a
He did it.
that happened. Good job, guys. We none of us died, right? I only have lost
Still
connection to
alive.
board.
Well, the one guy that did die is in a hole right now repairing himself. I wonder where he is.
Probably in the hole, repairing himself.
What guy in a
shit.
hole?
Oh, don't worry about it. He's fine. He just has to regenerate his limbs slowly, one by one,
Ah,
cell by
regenerating
cell.
inside of a hole. Why does that sound
Yeah.
familiar?
I don't know. Anyway, who wants to break this guy's reality? Do we want me to do it? I'll do it. I'm not afraid of him. I'll beat his ass.
What do you mean break his reality?
He's having a bad time. Baby wants some wah.
Eros jumps out of Cash's hole and walks on over to the guy and gives him a look-see and taps him on the forehead.
He slaps at your hand.
Oh, bit rude. Only poked you and helped murder a lot of the. Well, is it really murder if it's not illegal?
He
Good
growls
start.
at you.
Huh. Something is weird. With a passive inside of 27, what do I glean about his behavior and perhaps why he's acting the way he's acting?
How do I want to word this? He acts kind of immature is not the word. Ignorant. Naive is the word. And he seems to have lost a certain understanding of things. It's odd that he can't speak Dwarvish. It's odd that he seems to almost have forgotten that his weapon is near him and he could use that to defend himself. Um, he was swinging it before the others would have seen, but that was in his hand at the time. Yeah, there's something off with his brain, quite clearly.
She's going to kneel down as she looks at him and it's going to fail, but I will spend one. Oh, damn, nice. First roll. Holy shit.
Jesus.
But she will spend, this will cost me one side eye as she tries to establish a psychic connection with him, only for it to fail as a creature who has an intelligence of 1 and can't speak languages is literally can't be affected.
So it failing lets you know sort of those things. Like there's something wrong. Like it is because you've connected with animals and things. Like you've connected with wolves and stuff. Like this is, there's something weird about that. So let's say that.
No, this guys, I I think his brain is broken.
He garbles at you. He grabs the hand of the guy and he just starts to cry again.
Holy shit, who broke his brain? Did you do this, Trillo? Did you punish?
Trillo puts his hands up. He's like, "It wasn't me, man. I swear, I didn't do
I
it."
don't know. Those hands could probably break someone's
They-
frontal lobe.
They can for sure. I've done it many a time.
Arrows, to
but
bring up your
I wanna
passive and
leave.
oh, sorry, to bring up your passive perception again, passive insight. You know there was a wizard. I don't think it would be too far of a fetch for you to like think there was some weird spell that happened that you just missed in the middle of the combat because you know the wizard was up on the front line doing all sorts of crazy shit.
Well, he's useless. My magic won't work on him since, well, if he can't even speak a language, nothing I can do about that. You good there? Hello?
Maybe I don't know. But maybe we could take him to see the wizard. It wasn't me. I'm just a poor lonely monk with dangerous hands.
He begins to like draw in the ground. The dwarf does, and he starts to like take pieces of the dead and their blood, and he starts to like he's making a picture of something.
Question, Seth. Shouldn't that be a 4 instead of a 9?
He's drawing
Why?
a picture.
His charisma isn't damaged.
It is.
Am I forgetting something about feeble minds? I'm
Well,
forgetting.
let's look at
It's
this.
not only in.
Oh.
Well,
God.
That's even funnier. My brain. I forgot it was charisma too. I thought, okay, well,
Wait, really? It isn't charisma too?
well,
Yep.
he is playing in the mud and blood like a little baby, and he thinks like you get the impression he's trying to make something intelligible, but fuck no. Like he's trying to communicate something desperately, and it just looks like him rolling in the mud eventually, and then he's getting frustrated and starts fighting with the mud because it's like not working the way he wants, so he thinks it's the mud's fault, obviously, right? And it's not his fault, and then he starts to like throw the mud, and he then gets lost in it, and he starts to eat the mud. Yeah.
Oh, why is he? What are we going to do with this guy?
Oh wow, he's really fucked up.
Yes, we should just put him out of his misery.
No,
I
no,
could.
calm down. Hold on.
I do have very dangerous hands.
Both of you put
Your
motor
passive
weapons away.
perception by this point would pick up on the body over here.
I'm picking up his axe.
I think the wizard, that wizard from the Dragonlands, did something to him. He was on the front lines, maybe engaged with the snake at some point too. Perhaps.
Oh fuck! Is he like out that wizard, like on the ground? I forgot if he fell unconscious or not.
He did.
Oh fuck! that's a Trollo looks up and goes, "Oh fuck, that's right. I forgot about that guy." And he like runs over to go heal him.
So by
Punch
this
him back
point,
to the
he needs like res, basically.
Oh
right?
fuck!
oh,
he
he's
needs to,
dead.
like- he's
Oh,
dead.
he's dead.
Oh shit! Oh, I can't bring him back to life, man.
And unless you want, did we ever roll death saves?
We did
I don't
not.
think so.
No.
All right,
I think
roll
we just
roll
said
death
right
saves until
after-
you roll death saves till you fail, because they
Until
were
you
talking.
fail.
Or until you fail or succeed. My brain was going to the next sentence. I'm sorry.
Oh, fuck, bro.
Roll until you fail. We
Okay,
need to
this might
establish the
die, so
canon.
this
Or
might
succeed.
be dead.
He said or succeed. Okay, he could still be alive.
You can still be alive. Okay.
Okay.
Success.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
oh god,
Okay.
oh god.
Okay. All
Just the
right.
inspiration to make him succeed, I guess.
This is
Aw,
not gonna happen.
boo.
He's dead.
Oh, there it
He's
is.
dead.
The canon has
What
been
happened?
established.
It's dead.
The
He's
canon
dead.
has been established.
He's so dead.
He's
Okay,
fucking
so-
dead.
Is another inspiration?
So yeah,
maybe?
Trillo comes up. He's like, "Oh fuck! Oh shit! Oh no!" And then he like walks over and he's obviously sees he's dead. He's like,
Okay.
he tries to heal him and he's like, oh no, he's dead. I can't save him. He's dead.
Fuck.
He is very dead.
Malpractice.
Oh, that's a problem. Yeah.
So
I think I broke a law here.
the only person that could tell us what happened is dead now. Sarek seems to be just enjoying staring off into space. So
Well, I saw something that maybe could work, but first, let's. I would say this guy would have done this before this point, and my brain was paying attention to your guys' roleplay.
Oh, sweet.
'Cause
Oh, thank God.
I forgot he could do this. So like he's like over here laying down next to this guy when Trilla comes over and he's like he thinks he's dead, and it's just taking
Oh,
Drazik.
fuck, he's
Six
dead!
Drazik's already like half dead anyways, so it's like it just took him a little longer to like move or like show that he's actually alive.
He
we'll
said
say.
he didn't like Rezik. What a fucking son.
Trillo's like lamenting. He's like, oh, fuck, he's dead. Wait. He lives! Oh, God.
Yeah.
He's alive.
Jesus, mother.
And then he looks at the rest of you. The rest of you look okay, so we will.
So
Heal
Rezik
Drazik.
shoots up and he's like, "Oh, what happened here?
Trillo screams,
Why is this trapper screaming?"
I mean, he's alive. He lives. He didn't die.
Cool. Hey, wizard! The fuck did you
Well-
do?
Why?
He is already sort of dead, so trying to
Ah.
kill him is a little harder. But it also makes him easier to bring back to life.
What? What?
Hello, I am Rioxus. He summoned me from the Feywild to assist with this. Are you going?
I owe
Are
you
you
one.
laying claim to this? He points towards the snake.
Yes, we are. It's ours. Touch it, and I'll break your fucking neck.
Okay. I was just asking. Then you don't mind if I do a little scavenging myself?
Fine. Don't take everything.
Don't take anything from
I'm curious of
What
what
is
this
it?
is. He holds up like a carbine gun.
God.
He doesn't know what that is.
Oh,
A
that's
rival,
fun.
I
Don't-
see.
Don't
Just wait till he
um,
finds out what it is.
Oh,
that hole
when
at
we
the end?
meet in
Yeah,
the
I
other
don't
side.
remember when
What
that
do you
ends.
call it? I know what it does. I saw what they did with it, but what do you call it?
A gun.
It's a gun. It's pretty useless, actually.
It's a what?
Well, if it's useless, then I will take at least 5.
Yeah, take them.
There's
We
like
don't care.
20 out here. Maybe more.
Well, have you looked at my arms? I am not strong.
I don't think
Yeah,
those things are
true.
useless. They blew a hole in my back.
But yes, I am. I will probably return soon. I imagine. Drazik, how are we gonna get back home?
I sent you back the same way you came.
Ah, good.
But what happened exactly? I know I broke the poor guy's mind at some point, but after that it was just done.
You broke his mind? The fucking hell?
Yes.
God.
I pointed at the snake thing, and the guy inside was just like he couldn't do it anymore, and the snake stopped.
So there.
Um,
So you're saying there's magic powerful enough to turn you into this?
Yes, indeed, it's quite magnificent, is it not?
Actually, that's kind of
Re-
fucking terrifying. And I.
The Eldrin shaking his head like, no, it's not possible. He doesn't believe it, even though it's right in front of his face.
Would you like a live demonstration, my friend?
Please, no, we don't need any more mind raping right now. Just stop.
It's not my raping, it's my destruction. Get your mind out of the gutter, human.
That's not the same thing.
I live in the gutter, and you can't stop me because I have the keys.
Why do you have keys for the gutter?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I would quite like to know. Yes, indeed.
For legal reasons, I keep it right between my legs, where it
I
belongs.
would like.
Ah, the prison pocket. Understand.
Sup, butter?
Hey, she comes over and like kind of like smack Strike's butt and gives him a kiss on the cheek.
Is that guy still with them?
Yeah, strike with reach suggestion.
With no beard? That beardless
No
dwarf?
beer. No
So who's
beard.
this fucker?
He's a beardless dwarf. Don't worry about him. He's stupid. And beardless now. 'cause he
Fraction would say something. Dwarf bad. We ask things and he gives things.
Okay, I read your jib. Yo, asshole. So, tell us what you know, and maybe you can keep both of your nuts.
Oh, we're doing this again?
Fraction still has him gagged. He hasn't quite picked up on the fact that he has to remove the gag.
Ah, shit. Fraction, damn it. Eros moves it herself.
It's like one of his little smaller tentacles, and he like gives a wide eye. Okay, and he like it like kind of slinks down to be around the guy's chin, and he looks like it like there's like a small little tentacle like up around his nose, like putting it up like a pig nose, and then another one kind of down below his lip on his chin, and it's kind of like holding his mouth open a little wide, so his face looks kind of stretched up and down. And then he has no beard, so there's just like there's like all you just see a wrap of like tentacles, almost like a face hugger, how they wrap around the neck, sort of thing of like some of other fractions tentacles as well.
That's
He just
nasty.
kind of but they're not like his tentacles aren't oily. There's like they're made of like kind of energy, sort of like they're encapsulated in something, but they are energy. And you guys have, especially Nouvelle and Strike and Liam, like they feel just almost like I don't know, like cotton or something. Like they don't like yeah. hmm Yeah,
Man,
he's like I'm not gonna deny Fraction's sort of a Muppet. I'm not gonna deny.
man,
So he
Fraction,
wasn't.
Fraction, your skin, it feels like fine. Shit. No, she wouldn't fucking forget his name. Fuck, what's his name? The tailor. The name of her tailor. Fuck.
Musello.
Musella. Yes, Musella. Fraction, your skin feels like a Musello. Man, it's as silky and cottony as all the different outfits I've worn. Shit, maybe I should have put you on. No, then you would have been pretty useless. But still.
One eye blinks and the other one blinks on the opposite side of his very stretched, wide face. I'll blow it up again because his eyes are on like kind of the shoulder areas when he attaches to you. But nevertheless, he kind of blinks, and then he kind of one of his tentacles kind of wraps around and like comes around and grabs you by the waist and arm and kind of spins you at the same time, and he says in like celestial, a language. I don't know if you speak celestial, like
Nope.
thank you, basically.
Don't speak celestial still, but a fun spin. Now, asshat. The fuck. The fuck do.
Uh, uh I, uh, who, who are you? I am here to help my lord. Uh, he's kind of in shock a little bit, you can tell.
Eros grabs his baby smooth chin and holds his attention, making deep eye contact, saying,
Strike, make sure to squeeze his testicles.
"Strike, not yet."
What? It helps.
Well, yes, but you're supposed to ease into it.
What do you know that?
You don't need to squeeze my testicles.
Shut up and speak.
Listen, I'm Eros, the baddest bitch you'll ever meet in your entire life. And that life might soon come to a close. But first, you may live your life. The question is only, how many nuts do you have remaining?
If you play your
Two? He
cards
asks
right-
questioningly.
If you play your cards right, you might. But it's
All right, you guys gain 2 momentum points, one for each ball he has left. uh,
Now, now, you are helping an army march their way up to here. Surely, you know what the rest of their forces are, especially, and she points towards the snake, others of those kinds. Now, spill it.
um, uh, um, I know, yes, there are hundreds more dwarves, just as well equipped, if not more, led by stout leaders coming from the south. My brothers reinforced their ranks decades ago. We've been working our way north. I only knew of these. He looks intimidated as he looks back at Kelrier. For the last few years, I've lost count. 10. There's more that showed up just a few weeks ago. They are the ones that I know little of. The ones you fought here have been with me for those years. These others are bigger, been through much more war. You can tell by the marks on their skin. And hole, they call it. It doesn't quite look like a hole for some of them, does it?
Guy squeezes his left testicle tightly.
Why? I'm telling the truth.
White dwarf!
This is all I know. There's 3. They are large. There's a sloth. There's it looks like a sloth. There's a quadrupedal cow thing. I don't know. And then there's
Yes, concept would be get to the point.
what is the point?
Stop beating around the bush. Just tell us what we need to know.
I
What
thought I
your
answered your
hearts
question.
want.
Common is not my first language. This is not fair.
Squeezing tighter.
He's just screaming now. What do you gotta refocus his mind. He does pass the sanity save though.
Shot in the dark. Because I think Nova might bring it up. What's stopping Nova from eating this guy's brain?
Sorry, back. What? Fucking
What's stopping Sark from eating?
left my phone in the car. What the fuck?
He's done it before. Well, they were a corpse, but he ate the brain of a general. Did he not?
Sarge,
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, right. See?
I think the only thing that stops him is spell slots. It's only up in his thing. It's a 6. What's the name of the spell? Consume Mind. It's 4th on the spell. He can do it. If he could technically do it 4 times a day.
Well,
It's an option.
that will be useful. I wonder how much you would get out of the intelligence of a 1.
Oh, well, I wasn't thinking about the fuel-minded one. I was talking about the one that you guys were talking to, in case things go poorly.
Well, the irony is, to be sure, the field-minded one would have better information.
Yeah.
Resin is not sorry.
Sorry, could I get a brief touch up on what after Strike hit him or something?
Yeah, he touched him up more.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
Strike hit him, and then he started to scream, and then he's like, "I'm answering the question," and then Strike squeezed his testicle more, and then he's like just screaming right now. So you kind of have to refocus him to like get because he's just like being tortured right now.
Strike. Stop.
Um,
Stop. Calm down. Back up. Back. Now, be a good little badger man.
mm,
That was a weird word to say. And wait. There will be a time for nut squeezing. The time is not yet.
All right, I'll let you loose. I won't let go.
yeah, he's just focusing on his nuts,
Now,
and they're in lots of pain.
is he's sitting on the is he sitting or standing?
Kind of sit standing. Fraction's kind of holding him up a little bit.
Okay. And how tall is he?
Average dwarf height, so 4.5 ish.
4.5. Yeah, yeah, that's fine. Eros is going to bend over slightly, so that he has direct line of sight on her cleavage as she grabs his chin to try and shakes his head just a little bit to refocus him. Now, pay attention because it's extremely important for yourself.
He is looking at your boobs. And then he's looking up at you and he's just like, "What's going on?" He like says in Dwarvish. If you don't speak Dwarvish, he says basically that. He's
Come
confused.
in, you short bastard!
And he's blushing a little bit. Your passive insight definitely picks up on that 15 charisma as he's just like, I don't understand what's going on now. He grabs my nuts and then he says he's blubbering this in Dwarvish under his breath. And then you're like shoving your boobs in my face. This is the weirdest tactic ever, too. Interrogate someone.
I mean, he's got a point.
Now, I want you to focus on all of the different Dwarvians, those giants that you've seen before. Check those.
That is a fail.
Indeed.
Um, let me. There might be a map I could use to help with. Uh, mm,
Bloom transition.
all right.
Hello, new map.
Holy fucking fuckerson.
This what comes to mind. Like
War.
one of his last memories is like them leaving, getting ready to leave the main camp a few days ago, nigh on a week ago, and they there's these three things. There's two quadrupeds, and then this one's kind of a biped mostly. It's kind of like a giant sloth rendition. And then he knows that there's this other mech that was built by a dwarf. That's over there. And you have the giants that have been assisting them. And then the thing that isn't on this map that would be on the outskirts of this map is a these little white dome things are like stone, but they look like they're magic, like there's no seams on them, they just kind of like pop up. They're equivalent of like a magic item that makes a tiny hut, more or less, is what it does. But there's a similar kind of structure in that aspect. It makes me think of like Darren's Instant Fortress or something like that, but it's like modified to be like it's like dark and alabaster, and there's this points on it that shimmer in the light that are similar to like the ruby stuff that they've used to obviously connect to the Jorvians to help them gain power and things like that. And there's an obvious like space between the rest of the dwarf camp and them. They're dwarves, it's quite clearly, but there's something off about them that the rest of the camp just kind of gives them space. And his brain is like, no, get out of my mind, you must. He kind of kicks at you and tries to slosh at you. He doesn't do anything that like affects you by any means, because Fraction has a pretty damn good hold on him. But
Well, isn't that interesting? That's huh. Everyone, check this shit. As Eros flashes the images of the other Dwarvians in everyone else's mind.
Ah, so that's what that beaver was talking about. Or was it a gilf?
Ah,
Some
Gra-
type of rodent.
okay.
Fuck up, Sphinx.
Hmm. You happen to know where they're going, or no?
our original goal was to claim certain underground infrastructures to use as future launching points. But that was only our side goal. The city of the beast. He smiles a little bit at it. It will be ours.
Bit confident you are in saying that, aren't you?
I am only one of thousands.
Well, Mr. One of Thousands, I want you to understand one thing, and one thing alone. You may, and by you I do mean dwarves, want that city. Perhaps you're even able to take it, quote unquote. Thing is, you're not ready for what happens as soon as you do. I bet your knowledge doesn't go so far as to know why it is that the city of Salt even exists.
It is against the gods. Beyond that, it does not concern me. I was sent from a faraway land where we care little for the gods. And because of our ignorance, we summon demons in our wake. So harnessing the power of the beast may give me power and my people back home. Perhaps something stronger than demons. We take our home in the process. I saw it as an even trade. I did not realize these lands had any sort of organization.
Mm.
these animalkin, and he gestures over to Trillo, and Strike kind of looks over at Strike, intimidated by because Strike. We thought they were nomads at best. We have learned other things in these last few weeks. We met their walkers and met a formidable challenge. And we made deals and passed by and realized that civilizations have been hidden here. We could have come in with a harder fist than we did, and we did not. We see this as a land of opportunity, and we see that it's on a wayward path because of the City of the Beast. So we come here to lead it to a better future. It is simply that. Knowing what we have learned now, I can take this back to my people.
Better future for you.
You think you're actually going to get out of here? No, man, you're not. Let me make it as clear as can be. And she puts her foot on his shoulder and leans her face right into his. Your balls are mine. Got it? You will
That's all
never.
the signal Strike needs to rip one off.
Wait, what?
Ouch. You said your balls are mine, and Strike took that signal. Ball cut. And
Yes.
Oh, God.
fraction wisdom. What? What?
He
Is that his version of
He just failed the
What?
sanity save.
sanity?
So,
What are you doing to my boy?
he
You
just
guys are a
failed the
terrible
sanity
influence.
save. He loosens his grip a little bit, and Strike, your strength is 5. Okay, so I'm gonna say that counts as a crit. So
Oh,
he screams in pain. There's blood on your hands to be sure. It's like it's pouring out everywhere. Fraction kind of like lets go of him, sort of confused by what's going on. Fraction, it's obvious the torture kind of disgusts him. It's quite clear. But the guy is on the ground prone, just screaming in pain. He's not dead yet.
but he wishes he was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, was I too soon?
Strike. Oh, sorry. Was that too soon?
What?
What? Was Strike too soon? Yes.
Okay, well, to be fair, I wasn't exactly clear on what the signal was. So, you're fine.
Chaotic characters. I love them.
Do I take the other one now?
No, calm down.
Nouvelle looks down at him. He probably won't survive another one of that. And I don't think any of us have any more healing magic for today. So,
Well. Guess what, baby? You'd be wrong. I could punch you in your mouth.
well,
Punch
if you
him
want,
on the balls.
if you want to
on
punch
the
him,
balls.
if you want to punch him in his balls again, then Trillo to wake him up.
I'm
then-
going to punch you in your genital area now.
Wait, he's still conscious. Hold off. He's still conscious. He kind of mumbles. The dwarf kind of mumbles. Why?
I'm going to heal you. I'm
No.
going to take your negative
What?
energies from your body and put them into your nutsack.
Yeah.
Great.
Clever.
I am placing my hands upon your neck. You may feel a slight crick.
Agreed.
This
That
travels
is a
into your
definite
nutsack.
candidate. a definite candidate for the title of this episode.
I punch in mechanical direction.
I want you to take a small breathe in and then I punch him in the dick. I think. Heals
What a
4,
fucking ball!
7, and 8.
You
15.
okay?
It's
You
just 2 quick, like, super punches, like, for a key point.
okay?
And
He's okay. He stops screaming. He kind of turns around. He's still holding his crotch. He is confused.
Okay, strike. Okay, strike. Listen. Okay, the signal
Oh,
is
Yeah.
get him, boy. Okay.
Gotcha. So, get it, boy, then I take the other nut.
Yes. If I say that, then you take the other nut.
You should have been clear about this from the beginning.
Look, I'm sorry. This is only our second time. Well, second time threatening someone. It's nuts. Okay.
Girl just looks at you so confused, like, "What, you
Did we
piss
take
off?"
both last time, or did we only take?
No, we only took the one last time, and last time we were pretty on point with it. So
All right.
I wouldn't
I
Okay.
still have
second
that
it.
somewhere.
Right.
Oh, Brandon just realized there's a core memory unlocked. I still have that somewhere. Oh, fuck. That's in a
Birdman
jar
had it?
somewhere. Yeah, Birdman still has that somewhere.
Yeah.
That's in a jar somewhere.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Take a ball.
Core memory unlocked.
Don't say air. We took a literal metal gorgon dick and turned it into a bong. That is like
Yeah, that's true.
that's
No. That's still it.
No. I don't know who this we people is. I definitely did that.
We took a drone. We took a
I definitely made a conscious decision to do
We have
that.
a whole set of dick now.
well, we all made it. We did make a group decision to take the cock in the
Entire
first
set of
place.
balls now.
We made a collective decision to take its dick in the first place.
True.
You just put the cherry on top with turning it into
Somewhere,
a bong.
somewhere in the city, I'm lamenting over the loss of my beautiful stage chords. Like looking at a singular testicle in a jar. Like, damn, bro.
I'm just thinking of how you're preserving it. Is it in some fucking pickle juice, or did you just leave
Probably,
it in a jar
it's
of
probably
air? Or-
probably in some fucking, it's probably in some Tarrasque fluid right now. Fuck, I don't know.
Oh no.
Doing something.
It started off in pickle juice, probably, and then upgraded to Tarrasque juice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
drum ball pickled in Tourette's. Well,
I'm probably growing something out of it.
I don't like how
Probably
my
drink
brain's
out of it
thinking-
too.
I don't like how my brain's thinking about it. How did you ferment it so it could be smokable? Like, oh my god. How did you temper it so it could be smokable? You used it was Tarrasque like acid bile, like or
I can't-
something. Because like
I can't wait to
Uh.
bust it out and just be like, "Hey, does anybody want to try this? I've been pickling this shit for a minute."
Ever.
Yeah.
That's the final. No, that's the final episode.
god!
Final episode. Birdman and Eros just leaning back, watching the stars. Birdman's like, "Yo, you want to hit this dick? I put a nut in it."
I probably have this. Well, we're hoping that in the final episode, I'm not in a Tarrasque stomach,
Yeah,
so that'll be cool.
we're hoping.
We're hoping. I feel like I'm gonna be worshiping a butthole soon. Like, please let me out! Oh god!
Oh yeah.
You live the life the equivalent of the Underminer, except you're in a Tarrasque.
oh my goodness.
Yes.
That I don't know, man. That might just have to be one of the closing things.
And Birdman was never the same again.
I already have a weird plan for Birdman too, so it's
Fuck,
okay.
dude.
Birdman's like, I don't know how
Oh my
many years I
God.
have left in this
Synapses.
plane. I'm just gonna get
Synapses
weird
have
with it.
connected. Synapses connected. All
Oh
right.
god. Well, it's a
Okay.
monstrous situation. I'll
It's
see you guys
over.
in Pinocchio Hell.
Oh, it's over now.
Oh my goodness.
I did say I wanted to be a real boy. I did just not think that this was gonna end up like this, you know?
Look, man, this isn't what I
goodness.
meant.
I just became a real boy before
Thank you.
before all the trauma happened, you know? Sick.
Oh my goodness, that's such a good idea.
Well-
Oh my goodness. See, ideas come when you least expect it.
I'm just gonna get swallowed by another monster in another campaign, but this time I'm not gonna come out. This time it's just gonna be like, yeah, I made my home here. It's cool. I love it.
He just always involves
You're-
some sort of judgment.
You're literally there's a character in One Piece who lives inside of a whale. I'll just say
Yes, that's me.
That's funny. Okay.
Well, back
What do you say to the dwarf now that he's somewhat he's not screaming anymore, but he's like on his back and he's looking up. He's not grappled anymore. He's looking up with that desperation of, like he wants to say something, but he's afraid to say something.
oh,
So what do you do?
so he's on his back, or he's now laying down.
He's basically laying down by this point, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Eros sits on his chest and has her
Okay.
either leg on either side of his head, and looking down at him says, "Listen here, cuck boy. You're ours. You're never getting back. You dwarves, I know you don't like magic. You can't do what I do. If you could, well, then maybe you'd be a little bit impressive. So get all those dirty little thoughts out of your head about escaping. And strap on, because I'm about to strap in. Got it?"
What?
He's confused too, and Nouvelle just like leans in and starts rubbing her hands together. She's like, I love when Eros starts to use metaphor.
Now listen, let's make this as simple as possible here. You are nothing more than my bitch. Our bitch, technically. So,
He nods slowly.
we're gonna use you. And when we're done with you, we're gonna throw you in the trash. The trash is 6 feet deep. Or, more like, well, Strike stomach deep. Because we will eat you. Well, Strike will eat you. I'll cook you and season you. You will be the most tender dwarf that has ever existed.
Oh, what? I thought we were talking about something way different, and now we're eating? What? I'm
No,
confused.
they're going to eat you.
No, listen. You're going to be inside of Strike if you don't act the fuck up.
I don't want to do that. No.
Doesn't matter what you want.
I'm getting that. Okay. What else can I say? You've used your magic to penetrate my mind.
Oh, I'm gonna
talked
penetrate
enough
so
talk.
much more of you.
What?
You look like you
what?
know a thing or two about mechanics.
Tortoise man. What does she mean?
I have no idea, bro. You're on your own. I think I'm like mixing a tincture like to put on his dick. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just a doctor with very dangerous hands.
Look, you look like you know your way around
Worst
some
bedside manner.
Uh,
Oh man.
You are not trained in the ways of medicine that I was.
What?
Yes, I am also a surgeon. I can help. I can help your people and others.
Yeah, that's gonna be really awkward to sew your own nut back on. So.
I believe he obviously feels awkward saying this, but he continues saying it. I believe I could live without.
A nut? Or
I mean,
He doesn't know what else to say by this point because like Arrows has him like strapped, like her thighs are around his neck right now. It's the imagery I have. So he's like, is she gonna squeeze me? Is she like, what's going on right now?
she might. Well, I mean,
And then like he can't see Strike, so like Strike could be like being ready to like bite him or something in his crotch, and he's like so
honestly,
confused.
the
right
worst
now.
of your problems is probably getting eaten, if I had to be honest with you. But I mean, it's like a 50-50. I think it's more like a 60-40.
I don't
think
know.
if you tell them what they
we
want, if you tell
we
us what we
heard of
want, I think it's
among.
more like a 30-70.
I've told you everything you want. What else do you want?
Listen.
I'm giving you.
Babyface.
I'm gonna put this oil on your face to regrow your beard now.
Why are
Listen,
you so nice to me and then so mean at the same time?
listen, babyface. Don't look at the turtle. Look at me. Now,
What? Okay. But the turtle has a nice face. Your face is so beautiful
My
and
face
it's
is all,
mean
like,
at the same
scarred.
time.
Your face is wrinkly.
Yeah, my face is really
But,
wrinkly and gross
I need
looking.
you.
but
Let's get one thing straight. Both of us know you weren't getting any use out of those nuts before. We can do so much more with it than you can.
That's true.
So being down one isn't really a handicap.
he passes a sanity save. Okay.
So mean.
Goodness gracious.
For right now,
Oh,
right now, you got basic info. And basic bitch info ain't what we need. We need that deep info. That good.
oh,
thick
I can be
knowledge.
deep. I can be deep.
Good. Because that's the only way I like it. Deep.
He swears he could be deep.
Oh, he's so confused right now. He's like,
There's
am
a
I
lot of-
dying? Is she hitting on me? I don't know.
Everybody,
He's-
and everybody I think has like the straightest face. Like we're so serious. Like, I think.
Bryce is just studies the wolf curiously.
There's
And he's like his brain. You still have detect thoughts going for a minute or so. So you know, it's like
There's a lot of holes in our knowledge that we need you to fill, okay? And you're going to fill those holes. Got it?
okay.
Yeah,
What do you need? What do you? Anything?
We're going to need everything that you know about their force numbers. We need to know their medical going ons, their mechanics happenings, and most importantly, their dates of travel.
And also, if it's possible to fix the baby over there, he might have more information as well.
The baby.
You brain that
Maybe.
one. Okay.
A baby.
Oh, I know nothing about magic.
Oh well, that fucking sucks. Just cross that off the list real quick. Hang on.
Isn't it this weird fey creature? Is the one that made him this way? Can't he remove it?
Oh, I can't. And if you were good, I wouldn't want to. This is too funny.
It is not funny.
It's quite funny. I mean, look at it.
I am your sense of these magical creatures of these lands. I am glad there's at least one. There's only one sensical one here,
Just
and I'm not sure she wants to like kiss me or kill me. It is quite confusing.
Probably both.
Oh, don't worry.
And then the more sensical one is a tortoise, and I am just confused. I am talking to a. He's obviously like his brain is a little fried. But he's like, medically, I know more than others. I am one of the surgeons of the army. There are 40 or so surgeons at the start. We have been spread thin until our recent congregation to move into these lands, so I do not know current numbers. I'm guessing another 20 or 30. We have been traveling for many months across different tracks, some over sea, some over land. There was numbers. I know they said something about 2,000 or so, maybe upwards of 2,200 that were able to have come here at the beck and call of the half stars and the admiral. It is a costly venture. They had to convince the seven lords, and it was something that took many months of convincing. Luckily, the Lady of Wrath was on their side.
Lady
I
of
know
Wrath?
little. Um, our people come from far to the south. Well, I have joined their people, I guess. I never met the lords. I met these dwarves in the travels further south of here as they were trying to find means to cross the ocean by land. I was able to assist with that, but the Lady of Wrath was. They talk about her as if she's a god, but the way the Admiral refers to her, she is obviously no more than a dwarf. But her power must be significant from where they're coming. Uh, Nevertheless, there's the the Lord of Pride, and they're each one of the seven. I think another is Lust. And he kind of looks at her and looks at Eros and blushes. And he's just like, they each serve a purpose within the city. Wrath is our war efforts for the most part. But we are looking for new lands, new prizes to bring back home. It is that simple. They are expanding their homeland. They have taken out the elves to the south. There is no more of the elven empire on this part of the world. The drow are but remnants. After their tower fell 400 years ago, it is nothing. These lands will be ours, as they are right and given by us, by the Primordial Eight, and by Morden himself, presumably. I know little of these gods, but this is the right they promise, and it worked until now. We have not seen the likes of you before.
Oh, trust me, honey. Very few have seen the likes of me.
I what is this? All questions that you have? I don't know much more I can say, but surely this is enough for you to understand that even if you have won this battle, I am unsure with your numbers you will win the war. The mechanoids are strong, but they cannot defeat 2,000 dwarves in one place.
True, which is why I had a very interesting idea that you could help with. Tell me, do you know anything about plagues at all?
We attempted to engineer a few in the Claude in the initial response of the resistance. This was years ago before I left. I know a thing or two about poison, yes.
Yeah, but poison, that doesn't really spread. I'm talking some airborne shit.
You are talking about what my people call. He uses a weird dwarven term and he tries to search for it in the common, and he's something along the lines of bloodlines and things like that, mixing bloods and stuff like that is the best that he comes up with. It's like, our people did develop these things. My brethren have a means of hardening their souls and hearts. There's a sect of my order of catalysts. They are called the Sentinels. They have found means to alter their bloodlines to make them more resistant and stronger. And I have a. He pulls out like a little vial of something. He's like, I have something in my own right, but it's more. It only lasts for a few moments.
Trillo, you know about medicine. You're good with medicines, right? Old man. Trillo, wake up.
Oh, sorry. I was sorry. I was looking at a tree.
Oh, yeah.
Well, look at this instead.
Good with medicine? Yes, he's good with medicine.
I suppose I'm okay with medicine. I can make something if you need something.
Eros takes the vial the dwarf has in his hand
Oh.
and holds it out to Trillo. This
Oh, what is this?
dwarf man here says it's a bit of his bloodline or something.
Oh,
Something
it's
to
a
make
rat.
something to
It's a
make him a
bit
bit
of your
more
It is
resistant.
not a negative effect necessarily, but other bodies have not been prepared for this injection. You have not gone through the acclimation. It takes weeks, months for some.
You are you saying that you inject this into things and what does it do? Should I roll a medicine check? Like what the fuck does this shit look like? Like it just looks like blood or like what? What is this? Like what?
Imagine a little like capsule sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Brandon knows what this is, but
yeah.
I've
And
never
it's not,
seen
it's
that
something
before.
you could swallow it, but you generally get the impression you're supposed to like bite on it and crack it before you swallow it to like
Oh,
let it release as quickly as possible, kind of thing.
oh,
And it's like made of some organic material. Like you're not exactly sure what it is. Like it's almost reminds you of like a honeycomb or something to that effect.
I would have to run tests on it. What does it do specifically? Like, you say that you put it in your body. It looks like something that you eat. Like, I feel like I could eat it and probably not die. But I feel like if somebody like Eros ate it, it would be a 50-50. You know?
Hey, I don't just put anything in my body.
Yeah. Like looks and it's like
You have not been acclimated, as I said, but I do not know or understand your anatomy
my
as
body's sick.
it is interesting.
It's fine.
He nods. Uh, he's like, I do not know what it would do to you, to be honest.
Well, I think, Trillo, you have a new little pet project that you can do. I have an
I'll be
idea.
doing some studying.
If you
Is
could
this
maybe.
producible?
Yeah, answer that.
Like minus your blood. Like, is it producible? Reproducible.
It requires someone's blood.
Anyone's blood?
Yes, I have crafted it even from a chicken.
Really? Hey,
It
Trillo.
requires what we have called it's this. We break apart the blood in its parts, and we take its essence. Some call it plasma, and we manipulate this to have a field of protein and feed for the other nutrients, and it is quite complicated.
Hmm.
You
Trillo.
lost me at protein.
Trillo, do you
But
think
yes.
maybe we could take this guy's blood? Dwarves are rather resilient to poisons. I know that much. So, what if we could reverse that? Take that resilience and turn it into a negative. Too much of anything is bad.
Wait, please, my people.
Your people what? Suck dick?
What about your people?
I come from a different culture than these Jorvians. I'm from the Clod, but it is no more. You must know of the dwarves that live north of here that are known for their peaceful nature and trading nature. They are not all.
Not all what?
There are many that would use this for heinous effects.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to do right now. To your people. For encroaching on my home.
Wasn't there some dwarves in the lands we visited recently?
Yeah, normal
There were.
dwarves.
Yeah, there were. And those dwarves are basically the ones responsible for why the Dragon Riders even exist.
They seem pretty alright, but you kind of dwarves. I just want to eat you all.
See, I don't normally like doing really fucked up shit, but when anyone threatens to hurt my family, I will turn you into soup. So,
I
It's
believe you.
happened before.
I believe you. I am not threatening your family. I came here to heal compatriots that saved me from a life of death from the Claude. I was simply I apologize. I can help your people. I can teach them the ways of the catalyst. Show them healing arts that they do not know.
that's
They will not have to
wonderful.
rely on magic or the gods anymore.
That's wonderful, Boo, but shut the fuck up right now, because I'm talking, okay?
Please.
He does have a point.
I didn't say we kill him. I'm
No.
saying if maybe you could use his blood. Maybe it might take time, but perhaps
Oh,
we could
keeps
reverse
passing
the
those
effect.
sanity saves.
Perhaps we could
Yeah.
reverse the innate resistance the dwarf has to poison and use it as a weapon against them. That way we don't have to fight up front.
My people have done it.
Could you possibly show me how to do this?
Yeah, could you reproduce it?
Not these dwarves. The dwarves from the Claude.
Hmm.
We found a way to do this.
Can you do it?
Why should I?
Oh, you won't die.
That's a
No.
good start. I mean, you don't have to value your life. Because, I mean, after all, if you did this for us and we stopped the dwarves from encroaching on our turf, we could be nice and let you go live with the dwarves up north. Or you could live in the city, as much of a shithole as that place is. Or we could rip off your other nut, and while you're suffering, we just let you bleed out. We could do either of those things.
Or we get our druid compatriot to reattach your other nuts, and you're going to fight for us from now.
That sounds
He
absolutely
he
fucking.
says something in Dwarvish, kind of under his breath, and Fraction picks up on it. And Fraction mumbles in common something to the effect of, "He no like magic."
You
Well,
want your nut back or not?
Well, I could find a way to put your nut back without it.
I hear limbs don't need to can be attached. Detached for a little while, and still be
Yeah.
usable after
He
being later.
chuckles a little bit, and he's like, "This is why my people lost faith. Yes, the blind lead the blind, indeed. I care not if you heal me or not. By this point, I must plead with you one more time. There's a reason why this knowledge was lost and put away.
Wait. Is it magic in general you dislike, or is it the faith that comes with it?
My people in the Claude gave up magic years, millennia ago. And then because of that, we lost sight of what it could do. So I never trusted it. But these Jovians, magic to them is... It is hard to understand the exact steps towards it and away from it. They use it to an effect, but they are scared of it and shy away from it.
You do realize the hypocrisy, don't you?
That is not the point I'm getting to, but
Without
They
magic,
have
those dragons
there
are
are
just
2,000
statues.
of them. It is only that. It is not the entire people of my. You play with art that questions your faith. It is ironic to me as well. And he kind of looks at Fraction towards this, and Fraction's getting a little uncomfortable at this idea. And Fraction kind of looks at Eros and the others, and Fraction asks, "We kill him."
No, we don't.
Sure about that.
Because here's the thing that he is failing to realize. You think that you own this land, that it was to be granted to you. Here's the thing. I don't give a fuck about anyone's ancestors. Because I live here. Right now. My family lives here. Right now. And to defend them, if I have to unleash the demons of hell, I'll fucking do it. Because no one fucks with my family and gets away with it. So I don't care.
Demon's idea, Biz.
Because I don't care about what your people have given up. I don't care what you cowards are afraid of. And if I have to use something dangerous that'll tear nations apart, then so be it. Because understand, this is the bed that you made. Now it's time to lay the fuck down. And this ain't no nap. This is rest. Eternal rest. So, you can quit with all of your warnings. Because I don't care. Even if you won't help, we'll just figure out some other way to fucking end that dwarven army. So, if you truly don't care about your life, fine. We'll let you rot inside of a cell. No food, no light, no water, no contact with anyone. It'll be dark, cold, and alone. And you can waste away there for a week, 2 weeks, until your body gives out. If that's how you want to go, fine. I don't care. Be my guest. I'm giving you one opportunity to do something that's actually good. People call this home. And I'm sure if people invaded your home, you would do whatever it takes to defend it. So don't talk to me about irony. I don't give a fuck.
We are more alike than you think, young woman. We are more alike than you think. I will not help you with this. I cannot. Because it goes against my goals to help my people, and I would do anything to help them. And what you ask me to do will kill innocents beyond number. No, I will not do it.
Respect.
Well, that's fine. Get him, boys.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
Oh dear.
I would like you to roll an attack because he is not bound in the current moment. He is just kind of on the ground,
No problem.
sitting. You have advantage because he's prone.
I turn around to have deniability.
No, your hand. You touched his nut. If anything, he can call HR for assault.
Dwarven HR.
And good old irony. Not 100 like big irony, but he only had 18 HP, so it's like the exact for things.
No, wait. I attack rage. Rage isn't applicable for this.
Well, he's dead. We're gonna say none of that.
Too bad.
He's gonna
Um,
die. If you hit him
for
again,
narrative
he's gonna
sense.
die.
Well, you're gonna hit him again because you have to get a nat one to miss him. So it's fine.
Alright.
Nevertheless, he dies. If you believe your character would roll a sanity save, I think they should roll a sanity save now. Nouvelle
Oh.
would not roll a sanity save.
It's used to
to
this by
be
now.
fair. Uh,
Oh, no, we're good. We're fine.
I think Ares is
but-
like, just too pissed off to care.
okay, yeah. Let me look at. I'm gonna give him advantage. It still fails. Okay. Well, that was sort of anticlimactic, Riarxa says. Trazik, I'm ready to go home now.
I'm going to need a couple hours to rest up.
Well, at least I might be able to see the moon tonight. That's one of the few things I enjoy about this plane.
Fraction, are you okay?
This is dark. This is mm, mm. I question. I wonder where other brother be if this be big. This big. Big.
Where our other brother be?
Yes. I have this many brothers, and he holds up tentacles for 6. More come if big events, but only me here. This seemed bigger. I feel I need help.
Well, we could definitely use the help. I'm used to these things by now. I'm sorry that you had to see that.
Kind of nods at you, and then he looks at Strike, who's covered in dwarf blood, and looks at Nouvelle, who's like in the process of kind of sort of cleaning up the dwarf blood, but not really. And he just, it's obvious Fraction doesn't know how he feels about that. Like it's very obvious.
Welcome to our ward fraction.
Um he doesn't acknowledge Strike. It's kind of he's scared of Strike right now. It's quite clear. His wisdom's not high. His charisma's not high enough to hide that fact. I should say. So
Is it part of life to die? A very important one. And
I
the fact
think-
that this man died for what he believed in should be enough for you. And I think I want to hand him this thing because I think I still have it in my hand. Like, I don't know what to do with it. I don't know what to do with this thing. So I'm going to hand it back to him and say, mayhaps you have a brother who could investigate this.
The
If
capsule.
anybody wants this. Yes, the capsule. I don't know what to do with it.
If mayhaps perchance thou art willing to give
Mayhaps
credence to
perchance.
this. Look, there.
If not, I can study it. But
my brother George, but I don't know. He could be in ocean. He could be on tower. He could be flying in the air.
Are you able to give me a description of him? I could find out.
He uses his tentacles to create a like silhouetted picture of him, and you see this bipedal thing about the size of a gnome that its chest looks like a weird microwave oven, sort of. And inside of it,
Microwave
there are
oven.
inside of it are like it has no door on it; it's just open. Inside of it is this like boiling oven that obviously potions are being made, and then inside on the other side there's this like rack of other things and tools and stuff. And then it kind of flays out to his arms, and his right arm is a set of kitchen utensils. His left arm is a set of basically tinker's tools, more or less. And then they're held together by the way he's moving his tentacles. It makes you think like his arms are made of energy or air or something. And then his head is this little like when I drew him, I got inspiration from the Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man. So he has this little like he doesn't have the hat, but he has this little like bump of a head that like he obviously is just a bit. His mouth is the biggest part, and he has two sets of eyes that kind of like move around almost independently off this like marshmallow substance. It looks like he's a very George is a very odd creature. So
We stand George.
and he's yeah.
Okay, so then with that in mind, I cast Sending on George. And
Things I was not expecting today.
I'm not expecting that.
A lot of shit that we weren't expecting.
It's just like let's send into George. Okay, so I gotta extrapolate an idea. Extrapolate. Think about what would make the most sense at this point.
when you realize you got, oh shit, I gotta build the pathway to this part of the world now. Fuck. It's like that.
There's no timing too.
It was under
There's a lot of
construction.
time. There's some time things that are happening indeed. Okay, so he by this point is doesn't necessarily matter to you where he's at, but I need a frame of reference.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay. I think I have an idea. What are you saying?
Okay. So she says, "Hello, George. I'm Eros. I'm with Fraction right now. Where are you exactly so Fraction can find you? We need help. Dwarves being assholes. Please?"
Um Holy holy. He says holy holy. Holy holy. Who are you? Who are you? Ah, you said. Good. I'm what? Fraction? Dwarves have assholes? What?
Seth, get inspiration.
What is this?
I need to finish cooking for the dragon lords. Get them ready for
What the fuck?
their adventures.
What the fuck?
Too busy.
What the fuck?
They have been cooking this long, I see. Is the destiny is my destiny really, they've been playing things with my destiny, I see.
What is happening?
Is this a segue to the next drink of pain or something?
I love the fucking accordion right now.
It's
It's
perfect music.
Fitting.
Eros would just nod to herself, like, no, yeah, that makes sense. Fraction, so George is currently cooking for the Dragon Lords. So he says he's too busy. He needs to finish up some meal for them. So where the Dragon Lords are preparing for their adventure, that's where George is.
Fraction just shrugs. Yeah, he's so confused. He's just like, "Oh, I have other brothers."
Would
Who can synthesize this?
would
No.
they know about these Dragon
Well,
Lords, perhaps?
yes, maybe
Well,
not. Pocket, maybe. Pocket knows many things. Ooh, no, Tabby knows all things. But
Bobby does
can
know all things.
but can he do things? Tabby has no arms.
well, this Tabi, if he knows all things, then he might know where the Dragon Lords are, so that you could
Yes,
find
he would.
Dwarf.
Yes. But Dragon Lords, which
The ones with
are there
George.
many?
I don't know. I mean, we were in a Dragon Land place like a week ago, but I don't think that's where the Dragon Lords are. Wait, you know what? Let me see if I can try. Let me try something. And Eros and Eros clasps her hands together and begins to pray. You know what? I'll spend. Do I? Well, fine. I'll spend that. I'll spend an inspiration to make it the 23. I just have advantage toggled, and I will
Yeah, okay.
spend a side die to bump it up by 225. Fine, sure. What the fuck ever. As she prays to Mistra and asks, which who are the Dragon Lords? Are there many, or just like a specific one group of them? If you would be so kind.
I just picture Mistra, like whatever she's doing right now, beyond your understanding, just stopping for a moment and be like, "That's not a prayer."
It is now.
If she responds, she acknowledges it.
Please, I don't know what I could give you in return.
Oh my
Okay,
god!
I just
Almost
cast
nice.
sending. I just cast sending. That's how I talk to people. Please.
There's a weird shift of something. You're not exactly sure. There's like the air moves around you guys, and Fraction like shifts, and his tentacles start to move almost of their own volition, and they form into like eyes and a mouth,
Ew.
and
Oh.
it's obviously lips of some woman, and the eyes start to focus in and see through, and Fraction is completely inert by this point, like silence, and like he's not there anymore, so to speak. And she kind of has this perturbed look on her face. You can tell by the way the lips are kind of pursed as she looks at Eros and looks at the others. And I come here because there is an idea of prophecy that what is happening here will determine much of future movements of many people. So, your question, I do not want you to get sidetracked from certain things. I wonder if this is indeed something that's worth it in the long run. But the Dragon Lords are many, and across many planes. It is hard to understand exactly whom you refer to. It is Bahamut is elder than me. His children are too. So it is hard to perceive that has come before me. They manipulate the weave at will, creating the elements and harnessing them into specks of things that I have taken many generations to master. Nonetheless, it would be he I would pray to, but he would
Pray.
not come as directly. You'd have to prove your worth. If you wish to know more of the Dragon Lords, that is.
Well, fuck.
The only Dragon Lords I know of on this plane are ones you've already visited, and that is not where George is. It is out of my view, which means he is on a plane of a higher being.
Well, shit. I don't know how to prove my worth to anyone. Not even you. After all, I kind
You
of.
are slowly showing you have great insight into the machinations of how people perceive the weave, and I enjoy that, but proving your worth to Bahamut, you are not going to do so by murdering dwarves.
Well, fair. Dwarves are kind of, easy game. Like, I don't. I'm not trying to get us sidetracked. We really have our backs against the fucking wall with these dwarves. If they didn't have these dwarvians, it wouldn't be a problem. Well, then we wouldn't have the dwarvians either. I mean, if we had dwarvians and they didn't, then this would be really easy. But it's
You have other means to understand this. I believe there are those in the City of Salt that could assist you. Have insight into the. What you hold is not born of the weave. It is something crafted here in Ba'ur that allows us to access potential in a different way. I know little of this science, these catalysts. You must find another of them, or perhaps George, but I do not see that happening if a higher celestial has granted. Ask for him. The seven stones of Ba'ur, they are a curious machination, something older than the weave itself.
okay. Fuck! Fuck, shit, ass, dick, titty, fuck, pussy, cunt, fuck, shit, fucking, fuck, fuckity, fuck, shit, fuck, fucker.
Why are you so mad?
'Cause I don't want to
Okay.
go. I don't want to go back to the fucking city again. Fucking left it
Oh,
for.
yeah.
Oh, I'll find another catalyst.
Look, no
They-
offense to these Lapids, but we are in the middle of butt fuck nowhere. The only nearby catalyst is with, well, and she like motions towards the dead dwarf.
Well, Eros would be able to, with her passive perception, be able to notice that there's one other catalyst nearby. That's just by the gear. 1.5. I'll explain the half in a second. This guy that's dead over here has similar gear to this guy. You suspect similar training. This guy does too, but it's at a minimalistic rate that it's like in game terms, this is like a level 1 baby. He's like much higher level.
Mm.
And the only other way you would notice is it's obvious they brought some of these in, so maybe on one of the other battlefields you might find another one you could talk to, speak with dead, whatnot, if anyone's able, and or you. I don't know if anyone can res him. Rearxis just has revivify, so that
After 8 hours of rest, I probably could.
Calgo has a true resurrection.
so there you go. I knew. Oh, I forgot about the monk. Even though that was kind of key last time. So yeah, you have a monk that can do it basically for free every day
Yeah.
because he gets back key like nothing. So
It's
As long as
once
it's at this
per
within
long
24
rest, I
hours.
believe.
as long as it's within
they haven't
24
died
hours.
within 24 hours, yeah.
Yeah, and then with Drazek having true resurrection, well, yeah, you don't gotta worry.
Well, do you have the
No.
diamonds?
Ooh.
No.
That's a valid question.
I thought we just said they have the things they need for this build.
We could
You
search.
can put the Dragon Rider lands and have quite a few funds there.
Yeah, we'd have to like sell a bunch of shit, maybe.
Yeah,
And
we'd have
maybe.
to find some diamonds.
Well, Eros doesn't. Thing is, Eros doesn't know that the others can do this because she didn't see Trillo resurrect the druid.
I mean, I would say it if you brought it up.
Calgo does have like 3,500 gold. You can just subtract it from that.
Oh, but
Mistra basically just said she doesn't like people who don't worship magic, so.
yeah, so they don't worship magic, then fuck them.
She's kind of she. I don't know. I see Mistra as much more ambivalent than Faerun makes her. So
I think Eros would looking at. I think she would definitely just looking at the corpses would say, "Man, fuck. This is the last thing that I want to fucking do." But I don't know what else to do. I don't know about
Eros
you guys.
already knows of at least 2 places that she could find a catalyst. The 13th house employs them to help with their pleasure as well as their they handle a lot of the water purification and things within the city. So there's that. And then the 5th house, of course, is just made up of all it's like 90% of them are either catalysts or artificers.
So we're heading back to the city.
Uh-oh.
I'd use a clarification. Why did we need a catalyst again?
Because we want to study this bloodline shit.
Someone else that has
Jeez.
what, like, if someone else, if anyone has alchemy or
No.
Nah.
Alchemy or medicine or something like that?
I mean, I have medicine, but I don't
But
have like alchemy
would need-
tools. So
you would need alchemy as well. So
yeah,
Really?
Alchemy would be the more
Oh.
important part of this.
yeah. I have herbalism, but that would
you need
only
to be-
get me so
like-
far.
like the medicine would help you understand it, but to my brain, the alchemy is what you would need to be able to recreate it.
Yeah.
I
So,
think
like,
for the mean table.
And it's not just
You
the
need someone who
it's not just the recreation part because it's also Eros specifically says she wants to see if they can reverse the resistance of a dwarf, like taking the blood of a dwarf and turning their resistance to poison into a negative for them.
So is this the plan that we're going to go as far as going after the dwarves in that camp? We're going to do
This-
biological warfare?
This is Eros's plan, unless someone else has a fucking plan, but
No, time to teleport to the city.
so far, right now, it's
No.
chemical
Well,
warfare.
I just want to
time.
know if that's the plan, because that can mean, yeah, we can teleport to the city, because if we're devoted on biological warfare, that's the route. Or, I mean, if you need someone who's proficient or expertise in medicine or has jack of all trades in alchemist, that's technically me.
I mean, Eros has jack of all trades too, but this seems like something like, no, we need someone dedicated to this shit to
Yeah.
actually figure this out, who also has no scruples about morality. And that's where the city assault comes in.
Exactly.
No
No
scruples.
ways in the world. Yeah.
You bring this shit to Anton, bro. He is so in. He's so in.
Anton, fuck, Xanther would probably back that shit.
We don't talk about him in we don't talk about him in this house.
We don't talk about that.
Xantha is like the sorcerer version of a necromancer, so sort of.
I mean, you can't tell me, you can't convince me that he wouldn't put money behind this shit.
He would. He's creepy like
Mm.
that.
You
Yeah.
fucking do it.
Freaky like that.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay.
What do we do with the Jovians now? Is the bigger question.
Okay. Well,
I have an idea.
before we get into that question, let me clarify one thing. So, are we teleporting within these moments?
No, we are not.
We
Not
should
within
Okay.
these
rest.
moments. 1, we need to rest. 2, we need to loot. And 3, we need to reconvene with the king. And 4, these Dwarvians, we also need to do something with them as well.
Okay,
Gonna
then
take
I'll
some
let you
time.
guys continue with your roleplay. What do you inform of, I guess, my question is Liam, who's been loosely out of this conversation for a while. So, what do you do to get him involved in what's going on? Because you guys would I think you guys would have some understanding that he has lots of skills that he has at his disposal, and he has the greatest connections of all of you to the Animaesus people. So,
Oh, that's easy. Through our telepathic link, Arrows would just be like, Liam, do you happen to know any catalyst or anyone who's capable of creating biological weapons of mass destruction?
Why would you want to do that?
So we can fucking kill these dwarves. Why else?
I mean, that's fair. I mean, do I know anyone specifically?
Yeah,
Hmm.
or something like that. I don't know.
Do they have to be alive?
Technically, because we would need them to do the work.
What kind of work? What if we like, handworked it? I mean, I know a particular set of skills.
Well, it's specifically taking this drug that this dwarf made called a bloodline or something. It's something that apparently you have to be acclimated to in order to not get hurt by it, but more particularly taking that whatever and then taking a dwarf's blood and twisting a dwarf's innate resistance to poisons and turning it into a negative that could be spread amongst dwarves.
Yep, sounds like laboratory work, alchemy, a bit of, messing with blood. Depending on what this drug is made out of, if it's nature or if it's just
Well, he
standard
said it was
chemicals,
made out of
biochemical.
chicken blood. At least part of it. So.
Wait, a chicken? A
Yeah.
chicken that can? Oh, what?
Well, he said any type of blood will work. He specifically used a chicken for this.
Oh, where's the guy? Maybe I can get some more out of him.
Well, he's dead, so I mean.
Oh, what a shame. Well, can't cry about the past. How about this? Let me do a crack at it, and if I can't do it, then yeah, let's find someone else.
Sure. Why not?
you search through the guy. You would have, I imagine, by this point. You find, including the capsule that he showed you, you find 2 others, so 3 in total. So good things. Okay. So I imagine there would be a few minutes of travel as you guys inevitably meet up back somewhere within the underground tunnels of the city of the Lapid people.
Now, hold on. I just said we gotta loot.
You gotta
Okay.
loot.
Dude, it's gonna take days to loot this fucking battlefield. Like actually
What?
days.
What? All I know is Eros needs enough of that loot to pay off her debt, and whatever we're not selling, we are feeding to the Dwarvians.
And
Because
Strike would also use some more gold.
so
So, about that camp, how do you know they're going to stay put?
oh,
It-
I don't know they're going to stay put. This is a race
So,
against time, essentially. But
Okay.
they do
well,
want to go
how about-
after the city of Salt, so
So what? Do we let them?
no. At least we try not to.
Oh. What a shame. Okay.
Mm. But no, for
Only these
I think
people
as
knew
far
what
as the
Alec knew,
looting,
I
as
swear.
let's okay. I say it would be the best if we probably just did general investigation checks, and then Seth in his downtime can figure out what the loot tables are. That way we're not fucking
Yeah.
stuck on this.
One more question. What about those Jorvians? I mean, they're just going to stay put.
Oh no,
How do you know,
I'm dragging
Yep.
those motherfuckers down into the caves. Don't worry about that.
Yep.
That will also take days.
No, Cash can just can probably definitely drag that snake without too much of an issue. Plus get Kelrear in on it. Yeah. We could
By the
probably
way, how's Fraction? He's not damaged,
you,
is he?
you still have the hawk too that Kelrier would have left.
Talk.
Yeah, we'll grab that too.
What
North
happened to
of
the
you.
Panther?
Uh
That's on a different plane of existence, right?
yeah.
Yep. Yep. Horgonoth teleported it to the abyss.
Oops.
No, we're just gonna hold
Um,
Archer takes it back.
Fraction, he's fine.
I'm enjoying the idea of Gilcrin eventually learning how to pilot
I'm sorry, what did you say to me?
it.
Did I
Well,
hear that right,
well. It isn't the consequences of my actions.
Holy shit! I'm not again.
I don't know who this. I don't know who this my people are. It's not a consequences of my actions.
Well, these are the
Consequences of somebody's
consequences.
actions.
I don't know what you mean.
I just fucking work here, man. I don't know what that's-
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
I'm currently
This is Wendy's.
paying for my own actions. Now I gotta find out what the fuck the Dragon Lords are, bro.
I have a good
Well, we
idea.
know one of them. Oh, we know
No,
of
bro.
one of them. Oh yeah. Fuck it. Eros sends to Alec. Because I have the one more spell
Yeah.
slot. just because she's curious now. Hi Alec, Eros here. So do you happen to know who the Dragon Lords are? Maybe specifically Bahamut? Have you
Oh,
met
you mean
him
my dad?
before?
You're
Hello?
dead.
Oh, you mean my brother, bro? He's pretty cool.
What kind of fucked up family dynamic is this?
Technically, he's not wrong. In a way.
Kind of adopted brother, but yeah.
My
Adopted.
adopted brother. I'm his adopted brother,
Are you
actually.
your
is
own
what I-
grandpa too?
Yeah, dude. I'm
Kind of,
his
yeah.
adopted brother. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Alec doesn't have to roll. He knows this shit because this is his wheelhouse. Like 100% his wheelhouse.
Do I know anything about Dragon Lord / Bahamut? Yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I imagine Alec would have been in the ways he's able to do, and especially with how many times he's traversed through the plains. I'm sure he's gotten extra access through some of these other connections to these deities and things like that to deepen the knowledge of, like, you know, in the Dragon Rider campaign, a great number of the metallic dragons just disappeared at some point, and the general religious connotation in that campaign was Bahamut called them to arms, more or less. The Dragon Lords are Bahamut and Tiamat and the other children of Om, the great
Fuck.
goddess. They are they are gods and goddesses sort of in their own right. They're powerful enough to be called those things because they have created beings of their own that are powerful. For as well. Tiamat's children, her child, the Green Empress, was one of the things you guys fought in the very first campaign. So,
Wait a minute. Are you hold on, Seth. I just want to make sure I'm not I have the timeline right. If the children of the Dragon Lords are the Green Empress and mayhaps the Red Mother, and the Red Mother her essence has been absorbed by a certain wizard. Where do we stand on that? Where are we at here?
Incest child, but lack of a better
incest
term.
child. Yeah.
Oh, the Alabama Richard. All right.
Where are we at here?
I think in some capacity, if you have, I don't know, now that I think about that in that way, I haven't thought about it in that way until now. I guess I don't know, is Alec basically in line to take the position of one that, yeah, maybe.
Oh fuck, bro!
Like he's a pretty powerful wizard by this point. And then
God
you add
Emperor
in
Alec. Yes,
No!
once again, you will save humanity.
well,
Meet them in the future.
the lords are planeswalkers and stuff too. Like they they go through
So
those
what I'm hearing
essences.
is warp traveling Alec the wizard. Gotcha.
So what
Got
I'm
him.
hearing is
Bloody hell,
Jace
man.
Bellerin.
So this is like what Alec has like been piecing together, like is what Eros is asking about, right? This is things he's been like piecing together about the bigger workings that are kind of going on between the planes right now. And there's a giant, there's a giant war going on between a few of the gods right now that's kind of dragging in other things and along the way. So,
Which Alec may or may not have been able to prevent, but
yeah.
Well,
Well, Alec is currently finding out how to time travel right now.
Oh, I just found something really cool to
Time
create a
space
cameo.
travel.
I just had an idea to create a cameo.
Oh, no.
I love it. Alec has recently found out that there may be a dragon lord that has stayed in the material plane because of personal reasons. He's
Alec is
not
never going to retire.
he has not joined the fight, so to speak, because of other things going on. And his name is Dova.
Oh my god damn it.
What
God
in the
damn it.
world?
God damn it. God
What
damn it.
now we
What
know
did I
the
miss?
answers to it. Nice.
God damn it.
Tell me you think now you know how I feel, you
Well, it's
bitch.
your turn, motherfucker.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love player knowledge that you don't know.
This is not
Look,
okay.
This is the consequences, Francis, for being in both campaigns.
Look, if Alec ever meets him, like I don't know. Like I feel
If
like
he found him, look, if Alec found this dude who is known as a Dragon Lord, and if he is potentially in the running of being a Dragon Lord himself, he would definitely find this dude. There is no, maybe Alec looks for him. There would be, I find this guy at all costs.
Alec would only have figured this out because of the research he's done about Taika and Horgonoth's progenitor, Silver. Silver, Dova is her father, basically.
Nova
Wait,
is
son
her
of a
father?
what?
Wait. So,
Son of a what?
Wait a minute. So
So confused.
I know. It's so
Oh
So
my
what
God.
I'm hearing is
Amazing.
the child support allegations are gonna come into play.
Wait.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
The dad, he's been busy, guys. He's had many kids.
All right. We need a paternity test for this.
It's to the point where like Dova is become in my mind the equivalent of Genghis Khan, to where like literally thousands of people are gonna come up and like I'm his son, I'm his daughter.
And he's like, do you have the slightest idea how little that narrows it down?
Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down?
Wait a minute, wait, hold on. Hold the fuck up. You need to explain this Dragon to me now. Like right now. We didn't have a conversation. I'm very scared.
All I'm hearing is that the years of child support that he will deny that he cannot pay, we will call cap.
He might be able to pay, but refuse to share his work.
Dova has
Alec-
like many places he's hidden treasures.
I think you just get a sigh, bro. Like a deep, darkened sigh. like, oh no. Just like, Eros, hello, again. Yes, I am aware of these Dragon Lords. It is currently being investigated. No need to worry about it. It will be solved at some point.
That's funny.
I'm currently working on it as we speak. I'm like having fucking tea with this dude. Like hello.
I thought it would be like
Too
sort of
early.
Charlie, like you have this guy's picture and you have like lines and lines on where he's been, children that have his name.
Assuredly.
They're going crazy like Pepe Sylvia. Who's this Pepe Sylvia?
Assuredly, there is a crackhead like conspiracy board in the dungeon where Alec does all of his heinous work, where he is currently working on making a time machine and finding where the Dragon Lords are, and oh my god, there's so many implications. My brain hurts.
What was colloquially called the crackhead arc. I feel like every genius has to go through one.
This is Crackhead Arc Part 3, bro. I'm on the third one. This is the third one.
Wait. So
Third one.
how many baby mamas does Dova have?
Baby mamas, that's not clear. Children, right now we're at 8 or 9 that
8
people know about.
So at least 5 baby mamas. Okay.
The first one was finding the Dragon Balls. The second one was becoming a hacker.
Yeah.
Oh, he found the Dragon Balls, all right.
I sure did, and I can summon them back whenever the fuck I want.
I never knew my daddy, but I know sure I shot out of his dick ready.
Oh, I shot out of somebody's dick, not ready at all.
Dude, when he was
I
laying them buttery
not
nuts
ready
up in my mama, I came over and they're like, "What's up, doc?"
It's conversations
All my
like this
dad
that
did
I'm
was
glad
hand-
I have headphones.
All my dad did was hand me a fucking egg that he won in a card game, bro. And this is how it fucking started. This is how it started. The
I've
moment
lost the
that
plot, but
egg
it's so
hatched,
awesome.
bro, I fucking swear to God, my life was over.
We're getting to the point where I'm trying to line up some of the next campaign stuff too, where we have gods and goddesses in more direct work with stuff. So, Dragon Lords, I love it. This is something that was like has been in the game. It's been in the game since the beginning, and it's just like since I started campaigning. It's just something that's always been. You guys never directly engaged with them. You always just like decided to go down row F when I only planned for the first row A through C, and I'm like, well, there you go.
Dragon Lords is gonna be the campaign where we play
He
as
was
dragons,
down
right?
B, guys. You decided to go down row F, so there you go. Like first campaign, you guys would have met the Dragon Rider campaign. You would have met Dova for what he is in that game. I would readily like to admit Dova's just one of the names that he uses.
It makes sense.
Like one of.
Yes,
one
like
of
how
the
about to
names.
prevent all the child support?
It's even more messed up if you really think about it. We met his fucking dad in the very first campaign,
Yeah,
and here we are.
Yep, you did.
I literally inherited the school from his fucking dad. I have his fucking birthright in my hands right now. It's fucked up. It sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks.
I don't understand. Look, I like just bursting through door number F3K to Y73721.
I know. I do too.
I feel like
I
I'm
do
in the
too.
fucking vault at the TSA. Like I'm at the vault at the fucking TVA, bro. Like I'm
Okay,
down
yeah.
here, bro. I'm
Yeah,
the
if you don't
I'm the
want-
guy.
Yeah, you don't want to be God Emperor, fine. You get to be Loki, God of
Well,
stories.
I'm
I think about it this way too. Alec and the other characters that are about where he's at, Lazarus and um Ventoris and the other ones you crafted, the Reverend Priest guy that you made, Francis, as well.
Oh,
You know,
Father
even
Gendry.
even like if we want to go to Sigurd and some of the guy where we ended the Dragon Rider campaign, Horganoth and stuff. You guys are at that level. You guys have said this before. You are demigods. Like that's where you're at. Like you guys are like baby steps away from like basically finding ascension, and if it goes down the right story, or death,
Meet the
because
Froda.
right now, like the last one shot I introduced officially in game for the first time, Primus, and Primus inevitably makes inevitables, so he eventually gets tired of you got people stronger trying to assert themselves.
Well, that's assuming we try to claim godhood. What if you're powerful enough and you're like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
piss in my own sandbox here.
Yeah, if you basically, if anyone else tries to pull another Icon Arrow, you're probably going to meet Primus with like four inevitables and be like, "Okay, good luck, guys." They always hit. They never miss.
Alec takes me as one of those characters that's like, you show up to death's door and you're finally there, and it's like, hey, bro, do you want to be a god? And it's like, no, not really. I kind of just want to enjoy the afterlife. And it's like, yeah, well, I have you on the list to become a god, so
You kind of gotta.
you don't get to really pick.
Yeah.
And he's like, motherfuck.
You actually the reincarnated
Alex will
spirit of
never
the
retire.
breath. Yeah. Well, like, remember when back when I narrated when you became a half dragon? It wasn't a red
Yes.
dragon. It wasn't
It
a
was-
red dragon.
It was not. I
was
did not
yeah.
meet a red dragon when I went to that. I literally went to the Dumbledore realm and met something that was not a red
The
dragon.
fucking what realm?
You heard me, bro.
It makes sense. Just trust. It makes sense.
The Dumbledore realm.
I went
if you
to a
haven't
white.
read
I went to a
Potter.
white room that was just like, where the fuck am I?
A white
And a
woman with a bed.
disembodied voice and a pair of eyes were like, "Congratulations, welcome to my brood." I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? He's like, you'll find out eventually, young one. I'm like, what the fuck, you mean, young
Well-
one, bro? I've been on this earth for like 50 years.
Yeah, talking to a deity that's millions of years old. It's okay.
I said, I'm only 30 years old, man. I'm in like mid of my life. He's like, not anymore. You're not, what,
I'm like, what?
bro?
No.
You're just young, though.
Yeah, so I have you on the list to become a god. Do you want that?
No.
No? Oh, it says here in the Sir notes, you're not allowed to say no. I don't know who
No.
wrote this one in, but
Remember, it wasn't a request, right?
yeah, it was not a request. This is a command. What the fuck, bro?
Oh goodness
I mean,
gracious!
I
I
know-
have imagery in my head. I love
I
it.
know.
I have an
I know
idea.
this much. Like Horg isn't going to become a god by his own volition either. If it happens, it's just going to be some random ass shit.
Oh,
Is
it
he
is. It is. It is. Like it totally is. Like to me, my brain. One idea I had for Horg is like if he I could see how he could like get lost somewhere in the darkness and inevitably becoming something like that, and like using that as some sort of means and like becoming more like a star kind of idea, maybe. I don't know.
Oh god.
But that would be like a
Anyway.
long road because he's still really young. Like it's a long road.
Meanwhile.
Okay.
It's just we just never die and never be. You have to
So,
cross over to the
meanwhile,
realm.
on that fucking note, after hearing Alec tell you, nah, it's cool, it's taken care of, don't worry about it, it's fine. I don't know how
Well-
you react to that.
Eris will just be like, well, okay, that was interesting. Don't know why he thought I was trying to figure out what they were doing. Just wanted to know who they were, but okay, well, I gotta go talk. You know what? I'm going back there anyway, so it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
God damn it.
Okay.
You just teleport back to Alec. All right, clarify
God
this, man.
fucking damn it.
Just give me 8 hours. And I'll have a demon.
I'm gonna need 8 hours I'm gonna need like a whole week to prep that freaking roleplay conversation. That's gonna be fantastic. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with that. God.
Okay.
Suddenly ending up in a Tarask doesn't sound too bad. You know, that's all I'm gonna say.
All right. Well, we're looting. We've interviewed the guy. We have a plan to teleport eventually to
Dragonlance,
where?
apparently.
Dragonlands.
And
Damn
there's a
it.
pill I have to look at, apparently.
God
There's a
damn it!
pill
You have
we
to
need to
come
look
back
at.
and see the progress on the time travel.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
yes,
he
I do. I
does.
gotta check.
He does, yeah.
All right. Why don't I think the thing that would make the most sense is probably at least a 4-hour long rest, I imagine, for our elf friend before
What do you think we
he
are, elves?
Well,
well, I'm saying for Liam, I think Liam would take 4 hours and then you can say otherwise. I just like he's been through a lot. Like, does he want to spend like 8 hours going through a pill before he sleeps? You know, trying to figure out what's in it and why it works and whatever the case. Like this isn't gonna be an easy thing by any means. Um Mostly time. Like the role isn't really hard. It's the time it's gonna take you to kind of figure it out. Necessarily. So I imagine he would kind of begin that in the middle of the night while people are kind of resting here and there, and
Fraction
somewhat
giving
after
me
their.
mental support, I would say. Like, Liam, I say quote Liam, does not want Fraction to leave their sights. Liam is very, very much attached to the concept of Fraction, an oracle, a stone, a burr, so to speak. But nonetheless, yes, let's do so. Let's spend a bender doing chemicals and drugs.
Okay. Technically, Fraction doesn't need to sleep, but he can if he so chooses. He's technically immune to exhaustion. But nevertheless, he will probably stay up with you and kind of just he doesn't know at all what he's doing. He's not a smart creature, but he's very dexterous. He
Yeah,
can help.
that's fine. That's fine. This is
So,
entertainment.
he will provide at least the help action, I think, for this. So, what makes sense is the DC. I'll probably make that his DC for his stuff, which is okay.
I guess
Oh,
depending on the skill, will determine what I do for this from me at the very least. And if it's trying to understand a poison or understand medicine or alchemy, herbalism, I just need an angle.
to me, this sounds like a medicine check. Is what it sounds like, a wisdom check. To kind of figure out how it affects the body, kind of thing. Or nature, if you wanted to approach it that way.
Screw
What
the
am I better
rules.
at?
I have money.
Huh. There's actually no difference. Would it be like would I anticipate I'm going to be making other checks? Well, I'll just spend a spell slot if I have to. Let's do wisdom. Let's do medicine. I'm. Mm, mm,
I mean, it's, a,
mm.
it's nice.
I mean, it's
So
nice,
good.
but I feel like I could do better. I'm spending an inspiration to make it a 25. This is going to bother me.
Oh my
That's
god.
bold.
That's funny. With that inspiration point, I would like to give all of you 2 inspiration points back for the role play that has made me laugh quite a bit today. So with your 25, you glean this is a how do I word this? Like an enhancement sort of thing in its basic form of what it, I guess in its form now. You get the impression that it comes from the base of some of these other needles and catalyst darts and stuff that you found. Like they're made from a similar quality, but this is like a very purified, synthesized form to be something that's really like really direct and it has a very specific purpose for what it does. But you could see how something like this could be potentially reverse engineered to create a vulnerability to an effect. It is something that latches on to the blood, is what I think the world would say now, because the idea of DNA wouldn't exist. But that's like what it is. Like, this is something that attacks and attaches to the most basic forms of the cells and mutates them to an
It's
effect.
cancer.
Oh, if I were a hag right now, I would. Oh, but I'm not. So, Fraction. I'm not going to explain like how exactly I got to this point in my life where I'm actually doing some chemical playing around, but long story short, these dwarves are smart. They've done stuff playing around with their bloodlines. I wonder how many dwarves were sacrificed to get to this point, but that's besides the point. Point is, I'm about to do some terrible things on this plane.
Okay. Friction says. You obviously said a few words there that kind of goes over his head, but he generally got the tone of this. Okay, we make more?
We need time to make more.
I can't make time. My brother Pocket can.
Oh, and I would love to meet him. But yeah. Well, we'll make do with what we have.
Okay. By the end of your search, this realization comes sometime the next morning, so everyone else by this point can have a long rest if you haven't already accounted for that. Your elf long rest would just come a little sooner. And by the end of your it's almost noon the next day by the time you've kind of done everything you think you can do, exhausted, boiled it, burned it, gone through the different reactions, whatever the case is. I'm not the best scientist myself, so to know all the little things that are going on here. But you realize this capsule, you destroy one of them to figure this out. So there's only two left. But it is something that probably took decades to figure out how to do. This is years and years of work. It offers a certain focus to things. You're generally getting the impression would be the reaction of what it would do. You can it'd be very powerful, like someone that isn't acclimated, as Eros hinted to, you would take poison damage. Like, this would really hurt. It wouldn't give you a positive effect unless you were able to prepare their bloodstream in some ways to be ready for this, which you would need more of this stuff to do that kind of thing. But these other two you could use to basically start to break down maybe initial steps, but eventually you're going to need more. You're going to destroy a lot of this in the process. But this thing it offers a range of bonuses that it's obviously, if their body's prepared for what it can do, it can be quite effective. I guess in some ways. This is one of the higher level catalyst abilities, is what it is. It's called focus. Surgeon's focus. This comes from their side of things, and it gives temp HP. It can potentially give temp HP. It can your focus increases to where your attacks are more lethal, to where your crit range lowers when you're under the effect. And you can, I think in simplest terms, is it allows you to manipulate your bonus action more. Like things that would normally take an action, you could take as a bonus action under the effect. Kind of thing. And reaction things kind of happen as well. You're quicker on moving and things. It's mostly like reaction time. It's not actual physical movement. You're just processing quicker, kind of thing.
So understand,
That's-
that's the benefits that the pill does on its own. But
Mhm.
our goal is to reverse engineer to make it effectively either a
Yeah.
poison that nullifies whatever resistance Doors has to poison, or just a disease, a virulent disease.
Or both.
Or both.
Okay,
Depending on what you
Grandpa
want to do.
Nurgle, I need something. I need to spread your blessings. Oh God.
Nurgle. Yeah, no. Uh, but nonetheless, the rest of you the next day, have found different hovels and holes underneath in the rabbit area, probably eventually where you passed out. Um, I can imagine Strike being in a much larger one with Newville and the kids, Roxana and Eros kind of going off into their own separate way for a while to sleep, and then Fedri kind of going off on her own to kind of keep watch outside despite everything. Um, and a relatively peaceful night, other than Lapid's kind of. There was some people are on edge, but the next day, once they realize there are no dwarves outside the city, it's kind of a calm celebration. It's kind of like, okay, we did it. We did succeed. We did see the next morning. And not a lot of sleep happened. You can decide how much sleep you had. Narratively, it's not going to affect anything exhaustion wise, but you can narrate how much you think kind of those things that happen affected you. And what do you want to do?
Well, let's unless anyone else has like an idea, I could just no? Okay. Well, let's start with this. As Eros clings climbs up out of her hole and stretches in the are we in like the caves right now?
Yep.
So like the sunlight isn't
It depending on how you want to say how deep you are down in the holes, depending on that, there would be the how much sunlight you want to say you narrate. It's fine. Like there,
okay.
the city is not small. It's a decent sized city, all things considered.
All right. Then it's a there's a bit of light, but there's not much as she stretches and let me just do something real quick. Let's see. No, that's yeah, okay. That's good to know. Okay, and Horganoth pops right in front of her. As he says, let me just get this math correct here. Yeah, there. And Horganoth appears in front of her. Well, no, he appears from around the corner, going, "Ah, finally, you're awake. When the hell did you get? Where the hell did you go?" "Ah, long story. Don't worry about it. I was here a few hours ago. I know you humans, you sleep for a long time. So I saw the dead dwarves. Great job, by the way. Wish I could have seen it. And I just
Organoth would have heard that the Lapids have counted the dead, and Horganoth would know that you guys killed 190 dwarves, and only 31 Lapids died.
I mean, really, really impressive stuff. I mean, I would brag about like the 100 or so humans I killed in like 5 minutes one time, but they were bitches compared to those dwarves. Like, for real. So, good job on that. Thank you. But I found you in this hole, and I decided not to wake you up yet. So, you're welcome. Thanks for being considerate. But no, seriously, where the hell did you go? No. Where in the abyss did I go? You went to the abyss? Oh yeah, I go there sometimes. It's a cool place. Probably, actually, you should never go there. You would die immediately. Not fun. At least I don't. No, I do know what it's like to die. Yeah, it's not fun at all. Anyway, yeah, it's there. Don't worry about the dwarvian. That guy, he is so fucking dead. And the dwarvian itself? Yeah, I don't think I should bring it back. It kind of radiates abyssal energy now, so I feel like I might rupture the space-time continuum. And I don't want to do that yet. Still haven't shown that to
Keyword
Alden.
there yet.
Still want to convince Alec to let me just one bag of holding in another in his dungeon just once. It'll be fine, I think. Anyway, no one is probably ever going to find it, so it's fine. I feel like I shouldn't trust you, but okay. Oh,
Your insight is screaming. You have the highest insight like of anyone around here. You're like, no, I shouldn't trust this guy.
like
Uh,
well, she has the highest insight, and it barely beats his deception. I mean, he's not lying. He's just not aware of consequences very well. So
well, yeah, exactly. You shouldn't trust him.
I feel like
he's
that's
he's a child running around with a grenade.
a grenade. That's putting it
But
mildly.
he's the grenade.
That's putting it mildly.
Yes.
Well, that's gonna bite somebody in the ass at some point, I bet. No, it'll be fine. I'm sure. Anyway, I'm pretty sure you have more than enough for repayment. So, at any given point in time, we can go back to Nestor, pay off that debt, and, maybe do more fun things against those dwarves. Nah. Unless I can drag Alec into it. Now, if I could do that. Yeah. Anyway, what are we doing? Give me a moment. I need to do some other things with my friends first, and then we can go. Sure. Suit yourself. Also, where are your clothes? What?
Roxana would say, I have him in here.
I mean, I don't normally sleep with clothes on. Is there a problem? No. Not really. I don't understand you
goodness.
humans. Or anyone else. You're all weird. Yeah, I get that a lot.
The epitome of weird. Mm.
And then Eros will put her clothes on and then go to gather the others for morning breakfast.
Okay. There's probably a local like tavern or something that you guys kind of gather in. And I picture Eros just like commandeering the kitchen from the rabbits, and I'm just kind of shrugging and being like, all right, fine. Just like going back and being like ordering food themselves as Eros cooks. Roxana being a quasi okay sous chef along the way. And I imagine imagery of somewhat happiness from the kids and some of the others just enjoying food. There's probably a messenger rabbit that comes from the queen, but probably gets absorbed in the breakfast before they get a chance to like share the message from the queen, kind of thing. Do any of you want to do anything else with the breakfast?
I mean, I assume Liam and Fraction would be already where the queen is. I mean, while he already may have abdicated his councilman position, I presume there was going to be some sort of meeting of this that he'd be part of.
Yeah.
And I also
Okay.
imagine that he's doing a Dr. Octopus kind of thing with Fraction, where it's like, oh, let me do some acrobatics in the air. But that's besides the point.
How many times can I
Hanging.
spin before I vomit?
Swinging from the roof and stalagmites, stalactites, whatever it is. I was confused which one's on top. Okay. Anyone else do anything with their breakfast time?
Nah. Not from the turtle, at least.
Nothing from strike.
Okay. You there, Greed?
Are you muted?
Did Greed fall asleep this time?
No.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, we lost him.
We lost.
No.
We lost that.
He ate some dwarf testicle though, so
Very
Oh.
very potent sleeping.
nope.
Maybe-
Okay.
Oh, oh,
Fuck. Oh.
Are you
Oh.
alive? Greed! No!
Well, he also
You
said
fucking frog you!
Well, he also said his internet was being fucky at times.
Yeah, his
so.
internet was being weird.
That's true.
He'll be back.
Well,
Hopefully.
moving on. Then.
Okay. Oh. Alright. Do I got everyone that I want to got in there? Eros is there. Strike is there. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Okay, so I guess we'll jump to the probably the last scene we'll do for today if Greed's gonna be gone. Is the she's floating. Nope. The coming to the Queen, King, whatnot. And like a procession on either side as you come to this room of Lapid kind of giving you respect and kind of honor as you guys literally saved them from sheer destruction. And you come into this big room, that pillar of light just kind of bathing the queen, and she's sitting there rather regally with her staff like in one hand, and she uses it to stand to kind of greet you guys as you come in the room and climb up the kind of loosely stone steps here, like they're more natural than actual carved. And you see Liam and I forgot Fraction. That's what I forgot. Kind of swinging in and about and probably land somewhere nearby the queen up here or something along the way as you come in. And one of the Lapid assassins that was with you during the initial kind of assassination attempts is here, and a couple of the other kind of war heroes that stood their ground in the tunnels and whatnot are here as well. Kind of obviously already been adorned with some sort of like flower wreath kind of thing to like signify their respect by the queen. And she waits for you all to kind of get settled, and then she asks the question of, what can I give you as a thank you? Our scouts inform us Liam will confirm, I imagine, with his own connections later this evening, that they travel east. That we have scared them off, and that does not mean they will not return sometime in the future, but they have avoided us and then instead make their way to the city.
Well,
I don't know how to thank you.
I
Well,
can't speak for everyone, but personally, I don't need any thanks. It's fine. I'm glad I could help.
Well, that is wonderful and unexpected from a human. I mean, no disrespect by this. I
Fuck them.
thank you. The rest of you, I will grant land if you wish, governance of a section of my people. I have gems that's the Zorn of Sarakav helped us find. We could trade those. You have free claim over whatever spoils of the war you wish. I don't know what else to say.
My rewards are simple. I want a plot of land, uh, half an acre, so to speak, decorated with a bunch of flora, maybe some fauna, not too much fauna, enough to keep, the flowers pollinated. And I want you to place a statue. I will send your finest crafters the image of what that statue is going to look like. And the second thing about those gems, any of those gems that are diamonds, I want. No matter how small or big. Up to a 3,000 GP value.
That is
That's it.
rather specific.
Oddly specific.
If all you wish to have is a half acre of almost fertile land, I think that
I
is
want to
more than.
clarify. I'm not going to be living in that land.
Oh,
And I don't want anyone else living in that land.
what is it for?
Call it a religious calling.
Oh, I did not see you as a devout. Well then, we will set aside a altar for you and what deity?
Liam kind of brings out a big smile. Fraction, help me out with the design. And, well, I hope you have your finest crafters here, because I'm about to make the design right now. And it's like, Liam is telepathically speaking to Fraction about, all right, I'm going to make it have nice antlers, right? Is he more satyr, or is he more of a goat? I don't know. My friend Zoli at one time kind of gave a description, but it was vague. But Liam is using major image to kind of create an interpretation of Jock.
Okay.
I'm sure
That guy's not the goat.
I'm sure this won't have any implications or anything at all.
Okay.
What a roll.
That's the queen's role. She recognizes who this is part of the way through. I am interesting. The time has circled back to this. Our people used to worship him in great quantities many hundreds of years ago, and now to have an edifice of him brought up, the spirit of change, I like this idea, I think. It will be done.
Yes. And once this statue is made, again, lots of trees, lots of flowers, Lots. You can have some animals in there, but I don't want anyone living in there. We want to preserve that section of land. And if you want to do some magical things to make it magically prosperous, so be it. The more magic, the better.
She nods at this and then goes to whoever's next. We'll say Cerulean, and Cerulean is just like, I just would like free access to your taverns for the rest of my life.
That's a
You
good
know?
request.
And travel passes and whatnot. I'm not one for staying in one place for too long. And the idea of some sort of title that makes it implied that I have to stay in one place. So rather than giving me a gemstone, I think your people need it more. I will be happy with. I heard you have the green seers. Mm, And she kind of looks and be like, "We've never a human." She kind of cocks her head. Fine. You talk to the Verdant. He will teach you the ways. Cerulean kind of bows, this very graceful bow. And Sarek will say at this point, ask whatever he's going to ask. I don't know what that would be. And then who else?
I require nothing. I am an old man who merely wishes to return to his home.
What is your home?
I don't fucking know. If I knew the answer to that question, I would be there by now. I think it's that way. And he just points like in a random direction. Like the Testadine lands move sometimes. They just go.
You're pointing in the direction of the Dwarven kingdom.
Well, fuck it. If it's over there, then I have to fucking kick some ass to get there. And I'll do it again gladly.
Mm,
But
I meant-
I'm good.
I meant
I
the
only
nice
require
dwarves up
that I
north.
return to my Testadine lands, wherever they are. If you know where they are, you can tell me. 'Cause I fucking don't. Just says that to the queen. Like, if you know where they are, fucking tell me. I'd like to know. I forgot.
She looks over to Strens, and Strens kind of looks perturbed by this, and then she's like, speaks in their native tongue, which Trillo's the only one that understands because of his monkdom.
Dumb.
It's their lapid tongue. And something to the effect of, Strens, you must know something. You've traveled farther than the rest of us. They deserve. He saves so many. Strands kind of looks down at Trillo with this, like, I don't want to give you this information thing, but my king's telling me to, so okay, fine. He stands up and he kind of hops down a little bit and is standing above Trillo because of the step. And he says, I can show you a path that might lead you to their miss, to their rocky havens. But it is. He looks towards Eros and then back to Strike and the others. You will separate from your friends if you make this path.
Mm. And he looks at. I think he looks at Eros because Eros wants to go there, right?
Eventually, yes, but she's going back to the city and
Fuck.
things.
Why?
Show me the way. I'm sure it will find. I'm sure that you will find us Testadine very sturdy in the end. And even though it may seem I will lose my friends, I may not. Or I might, and they might die horrible, horrible deaths, but fuck it. If they die horrible, horrible deaths, I will be here to heal them the best of my abilities. And then just like the Jack Sparrow hands. And think about that, Bunny Man.
But fuck it. Also, how?
I will accept this. How what?
How?
How when? How who and how where, fool?
If we die, you'll heal us to the best of your ability. The
How,
fuck?
who, when, where, and why. Just like the vowels A, I, O, W, U, and sometimes Y, motherfucker. Think about that.
I'm out of inspiration. Otherwise, I'd give you one.
I'm pretty sure I definitely said W.
Yeah, which Eros will respond. W's not a vowel, you dumb fuck.
Value, it's whatever I want it to be. It's two U's, bro.
Yeah, U's a vowel, but
I
not
think-
W.
Well, if U is a vowel, then why is W not? Have you ever
Because
thought
it's
about
not.
that before?
No.
What if it is? What if it is, and they've just been telling you it's not the whole time?
Who the fuck is they?
The queen
Two
is gonna
U's.
stomp her staff on the ground and be like, "Does any of the rest of you want something for your bravery?"
That's what happens
Strike.
when you have an intelligence of 0, but a wisdom of 18.
Yes. Strike, as the only PC left here, is there anything he would like to bring up? Nope.
I
He's
think
not
he's
here.
asleep.
He's still sleep.
No!
He's still sleepy. Sleepy.
Strike says the W's a vowel. He just said it. I just heard it. See?
The fuck he does?
It's two U's, man.
I think
Common's overrated anyway.
yeah. All right, I think Fedri would ask for 1 forgiveness and then 2 a small hovel outside the city to make her own when
Aw,
she's
man.
ready to settle. So she says aloud, but she doesn't look at Althea because there's still tension between her and Althea. But she does say something to the effect of, "So my family can finally have a home," and like she wants to make somewhere that maybe Althea would come and visit her in the future, kind of thing. Nouvelle would probably want money. I'm gonna be honest. Nouvelle's like, yeah, gemstones, please. And then
Yeah, money's good, yeah.
money's good. And it's gonna be not coin, it's gonna be gemstones. You're gonna be paid like kind of thing. So and then we had Liam at the altar, and then he wanted some diamonds if he could get some. All right. Well, the only last conversation I want to have is kind of give myself a better lineup of the plots that's happening here. You guys are teleporting this day to go back to the city, and who is going?
Do you mean Dragonlands or City of Salts?
Yes.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, that's an appropriate answer.
Well, I don't know.
Well,
Well, if it's the Dragonlands, then I'm ready to go. I have some chats to make. I have some things to liquidate, and I have a Doctor Wizard to speak to.
I think Trillo is just like gonna be a babysitter, man. I think he doesn't have a reason to go to any of these places, so I will stay here with the people that you do not want to take on this journey and watch over those who may be untrustworthy.
Seems legit. Let us
Yeah.
know if the dwarves try anything and leave their camps to come here for revenge or something like that.
That will be very difficult when you are however the fuck far away you're going to be.
Use your mind.
Oh.
Expand your mind. Figure it out.
And
Arrows-
my mind.
Eros would look at her dad and say, "Dad, can I get one last favor, please?"
What do you need? I will help in any way I can. I do not see myself wanting to go to either of these places. I'm going to be honest. I
Well,
I don't know.
I
Cerulean
think-
would kind of love kicking it in the Dragonlands.
I feel like you would actually like the
it-
Dragon Academy.
well, I'll have to take your word on it. I've never been to that part of the world, but I have no desire to go to the City of Salt.
Oh, don't worry. I don't want you to go there anyway.
I don't think there are some people in the 10th house that might be looking for me.
Yeah.
Already?
Yeah.
He was there for 1 day.
No, this is that's Brandon saying that.
Yeah. He was there for
it-
1 fucking day.
These are
Well, this makes sense.
these are old crimes.
Oh shit.
No,
Nevertheless,
that makes entire sense. No, I'm not asking you to go anywhere. I'm asking you to actually not go anywhere for right now. Just until things are settled.
do you want me to
Stay here
with the tortoise?
and the kids and Roxanne.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just going to be me and Trillo. Oh, goodness.
No.
I seem to have misplaced my water skin for my real skin.
I can only handle so much senility, my young one, in one sitting.
My joints hurt. Hear him in the background.
And geriatrics. That's yes.
You don't have to spend all your time with them, of course. It's just you're the only one that can message me fast enough. If something happens.
That is true. That's quite true, quite true. I also, if you leave, I'd be, other than the queen, the only magic wielder, it seems. I have yet to meet one other than the queen and this odd Strens who actually understand anything of the arcane here in
Well-
these city.
Well, you never know what you'll find around a corner. But seriously, while I had my reservations about you and the kids fighting yesterday, it worked out. But the city isn't going to be as remotely close to the fight there. And I don't want to put you or anyone else in that type of danger.
Well, we will stay here and I will let you know if anything happens. But hopefully, by everything that has already been explained, this will be the last time we have to worry about these little rabbitkin. You can return, and I'm not quite sure how I feel about what exactly you're going after, but I do believe we need to change what the dwarves have perceived about this world. So I will support you in that end.
Oh, I don't give a fuck about what they perceive. They're just trying to mess with my home. Fuck them.
Inevitably, it is about perception, though, Eros. And yes, fuck them. They have killed. Whatever that dwarf tried to say yesterday, he was responsible in some part to hundreds of lapid deaths to the south. We all saw it. They let that happen. Let alone those that they killed indiscriminately while they began to try to attack. If we didn't have our magic and Cash and Kelreer, they would have killed us all.
Yeah. I mean, if we didn't have Cash and Kelreer, we wouldn't even be here in the first place. We would have just left. I'm not
He
that
shrugs.
stupid.
Well, that brings up a question. While I'm here, if I decide to maybe spend some time with a little hawk, would anyone be offended by this?
Wait, what?
I just think it'd be kind of cool to be able to fly around the world on the back or inside of a hawk.
You want to bind to the hawk?
Wouldn't I be the most likely candidate?
Well, I mean, you can cast sending, so that is kind of a
And
prerequisite.
when I want to be, I am an excellent, excellent dancer.
Maybe after a few drinks.
Sorry, that last footstep. 1, 2, 3. God damn it,
Needs work.
Liam! I will throw something at you.
I
He
will
draws
make you dance.
I'll make you dance.
Try it. Dance for me.
What? uh. What save is this?
It's not a save.
Oh, he just starts dancing.
You can make a save after dancing.
Oh, it's a 6th level spell. I was like, okay. What? What? Why don't? Oh my goodness. Oh my
Like I said, work
goodness.
on your feet.
As
Step
an-
this way.
As an
Step
action,
this way.
wisdom
It's
saving
jiggy with
throw.
it, he says.
As an action. So technically he can make the save now.
Yeah.
I. Oh my goodness. Why can't I stop dancing?
Then step this
Liam,
way. Step this way.
Left,
And
right,
step
Liam,
this way.
let
left,
my dad
left,
Say,
go.
"Oh,
left, right, left, right. Oh my goodness.
See,
Thank you.
the trailer's got me. Alright, he's got it after 18
Alright.
seconds.
Say, ho. Ho.
Liam, leave my dad alone, please.
What? He was improving. And it was funny.
I mean, yeah, but come on. Trying to have a serious
Yeah,
moment
it
here.
was funny. As long as it's funny, it's okay.
Trying to be a bit
Well, at least it's funny to
serious right
someone.
now. Just a little bit.
Ah, you're no fun. Okay,
Bitch, I'm
fine.
the
I
most-
apologize.
Back to
Liam, that was funny.
Yeah, see? See? Then it's alright. But I apologize.
Just so you know, I do know at least 4 devils and or demons that I can summon at will. Just so you know.
Yeah, at the cost of your own blood.
No, I gathered some dwarf blood.
Damn it.
Ah,
Yeah, well, you're still bringing demons and devils into the world. So, live with that on your conscience.
the Gregs are cool.
I've been living them on my conscience for a while, yes. And they are. We came to an arrangement with the trio, the triplets, so it would be fine. I'm actually working on. I've been talking to Carrie and Carl, and I might be able to summon one of his cousins once he fully reveals all of the letters of his name. So we'll have another Varrock. Won't that be exciting? The only
Yeah.
problem is I am trying to pin Sarek down in as many activities that he seems to always be involved in to teach me this planar binding spell, but you don't happen to know it, Liam, do you?
If I did, I wouldn't teach you. Because it was funny when you
Why?
tried it the last time and you nearly got killed.
Yes, but
Have you learned nothing from your mistakes? Ask the master, not someone else from a third party dealer.
You didn't know how to bind with planar binding. That was the problem.
Yeah, and a master's right there. Why are you going to a third party?
please,
Uh,
well, nonetheless. I'm just trying to find access. Sometimes it takes different things to get there. Yes. Nevertheless,
That-
I understand, Liam.
I won't speak again for everyone else, but I'm fine with you having the hawk. But we might need it in the coming fight. So,
Well, from what I've seen with what you can do with cash, I can only imagine being able to fly and turn invisible at the same time.
I mean, yeah, that's great and all, but I like Cash. He's my buddy. So, I don't want to give him up.
Well, I'm not saying you have to give him up. I'm saying me inside the Hawk will only aid in our capabilities.
And
I'm not.
if you're in the Hawk fighting in the war, who's here?
I'm in the Hawk protecting here. He goes obviously confused. There's also other things.
Yes, right. We know you.
There's other things I could use it for.
Dad.
I have some connections that need some reminding of orders and how secrets work and yes.
Dad.
No.
We need
Why not?
every weapon that we
I
have
also
access
need
to.
come on, with this I could get Jashar back. I could get her back, Eros.
Why?
What else would impress her?
Dad,
Oh,
no.
I love her.
She didn't, I think, love you, though. You were one of her.
She did in her own way.
You
did in her own way.
You were one of her 20 clients.
One of 25.
Okay. That doesn't make things better, Dad.
Not even better, bro.
Well, I was always the one that was selected first. Come on. Who could resist that buxom beauty? Her tusks. Oh my god. I can't explain it to you. You have innocent ears.
That I've literally watched her work. I know.
So you
Is she a stepmom? I'm confused.
No, she was an attempted stepmom, but she had other plans. Liam.
Well, if you want to have a conversation about exes, again, the master who knows about playing a binding can probably talk to you about that as well.
Hey, well then, I'm gonna go find Sarek.
That stop. Get
What?
over her, okay?
It is. Like I said, there's something about that beauty. Her green skin will forever be in my mind, and I can't get it out. All right. I have searched far and wide. She has asked for me to bring back something to prove her worth, and this will be it. A hawk that we can. I don't know how that will exactly work, but it will work.
A
A
dwarven
hawk
is
fits you,
not
people?
going to get you a booty call, okay?
But it will prove to the other families that are after my.
Look, I'm not saying she's a gold digger, okay? But we both
She is.
know.
I know she is.
Okay, yeah, I know, but
But that just means that there's more of a reward at the end of everything, right?
no, it doesn't.
Most would ask for a cook, but a straight up walk. I don't know, man.
I've seen her type at every single brothel that I've been to, slept in, and worked at.
There are no half orcs this side of the Great Lupin River.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we could probably find more half-orcs in the Dragonlands if you want.
Really?
I don't know, maybe, I think, possibly. I don't
Well,
know, let me see. And Eros, with her fully restored spell slots, sends Alec.
How many rapid fire sendings can she do?
She sends to Alec once again. Hey, Alec, are there. Wait. Hey, Alec, are there half orcs in the Dragonlands where you are? Asking because my dad is horny for half orcs.
I
What kind of messages does this guy fucking get, bro? What kind of emails does this fucking guy have to answer? This is crazy. This dude answers all kinds of weird ass emails, bro. The answer, I guess, is yes. I don't know if they're fucking domesticated like that. There probably are. I don't know.
There are some in the far western lands near where humans are, but it's like they're rare. It's not something you see very often. You guys haven't faced orcs really in that campaign, so
No.
Sorry, what? I was away.
Dragon, right?
Hello again. Strange question, I might add. Not really. Half orcs and orcs in general are a very rare race in the Dragonlands. But I'm sure if he is, as you say, we could figure something out.
Yeah, so maybe. There's a possibility.
I know a guy. I know a dude named Milo. Definitely could freaking hook me up with somebody.
Milo definitely knows people.
Milo definitely could find somebody for your boy.
It might involve a few teleport circles to get somewhere in the middle of equivalent of Russia, but yes.
Well, yeah, but there's teleportation circles everywhere over the Dragonlands ever since we invented teleportation there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
God.
Especially in the human kingdom, because the human kingdom, yeah,
I love it. I found a way to squeeze in Cerulean's characteristics. I love it. His whole backstory of why he's even here has to do with he wants to impress a half orc that wants nothing to do with him.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
So
I can imagine Eros growing up and being on many weird adventures they went on where Cerulean was trying to impress or get in bed with some woman. Cerulean is a horn. Cerulean is a horn dog. By far and wide. Let alone how many rabbit friends he's probably been with while he's here. Just, you know, yes. Nevertheless, he's like, well,
if you promise to get over that one woman, I can secure you a ride to the Dragonlands.
Look, there are many an elf I'm sure that he would love to meet in the Dragonlands. By far. I think. Many elven and dwarven women aplenty. And human aplenty. Half orc, maybe not.
Everything.
Well, okay. Fine. Let's do it. Fine. I agree.
Okay.
I think Cerulean is just gonna find out how easy it is to make money out there and then never want to leave.
Probably.
Yeah.
He somehow by accident owes his life to Milo in the process of it. And he's all of a sudden, well, guys, I gotta go pay off this debt to this gnome.
He thinks he's good at making money. Shit, he hasn't met He hasn't met Milo. He hasn't met his enslaved Waveler. Business partner in quotation marks.
No, it's enslavement.
It's enslavement. We cut his. No, it's definitely enslavement. We cut his hands off for sure.
You cut his hands off and then said, "You're working for me, okay?" That's like the extent of the conversation. But the slow like burn of like, "I'll eventually release you." Eventually.
Full knowing that we're lying to him. We're never gonna do that because he caused us too many fucking problems.
We're not giving you shit, bro.
All right. Well, we're making our way to the Dragon Rider lands first.
Mhm. Oh, Strike, what do you want for a reward from the Queen King?
Yeah. You can get land, a title, or
Are
some
you there?
gemstones.
Greed.
Great!
Greed, did you fall
I'm
asleep again?
here. I'm here. I'm here. Just
All right.
waiting.
The one of the main things you missed for your character is what did the queen invited you into the room to say thank you, and she's like, I don't know how to thank you. But she offered the idea of land or a title of governance with her people, or she has gemstones that they've been gathering from the Zorn that had been digging throughout the area. And I like to picture Zorn like each Zorn's obsessed with a different kind of material, so they might like find diamonds and then not care about them because that Zorn's like obsessed with copper. I was just like, why would I care about diamonds? Because it's not copper, right? You know, kind of thing. And then like other Zorn that's like, hey, I need a lapis lazuli, and if I don't have a lapis lazuli, which is really hard to find, like, hey, well, I don't care. I'm just gonna destroy the rest.
You know what? We're gonna make mad back from all looting anyway, so make me a duke.
Make you a duke. That title doesn't exactly exist in this world, but that's okay.
The equivalent of whatever a duke is.
Well, the equivalent, you
Yeah.
need a lot of land. You need a kingdom first, but that's besides the point.
Okay. Strike is gonna get the title of something like Duke. I have to think about what it would be in rabbit form. Nevertheless, okay. And then we're teleporting Dragon Rider lands and then eventually the city. Well, this is where Seth needs to prep some things. Not really so much for the Dragon Rider lands, but more so for the city because of how the timeline is going to work. We
Reminder, what did we need to do in the city?
That's
not
a good
collapse in the meantime.
Well, that's our city party, but you said this group is going to the city, so I'm
question. Right.
This group's in the city definitely gonna go see Leandro.
Wait.
Oh, just a
That's
house
one-
visit?
Well,
No, it's okay. It's finding someone to not to say willing, because of course there's plenty willing, but someone capable of unlocking the full chemical warfare capabilities against dwarves.
So we need someone to mass produce something.
Essentially, or at least something strong enough that it'll just, take out at least half an
So
army.
how do we do that? Because that's going to take time versus the army that's probably going to march on the city beforehand.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna figure out on the way. We're just kind of winging this shit, dude. Have you not?
Would it be better to? Well, I mean, again, I'm riding with the wind, but we'll see what consequences lead to.
That's all this group is. It's just fuck it. This is the idea. Let's go. The consequences be down.
That's how this group began. This is how this group is gonna die.
We began not giving a fuck. We're gonna end not giving a fuck. We just say, this is what we want to do. We're gonna do it.
And all of it is gonna be right or die, motherfucker.
Okay, my dad had to come in the room real quickly, so I missed what was the reason why Eros explained we were going to the city?
Because fuck it.
We're
Just
going.
fuck it?
No, not just cause fuck it. We're going because we need someone who can actually produce the biological warfare we are seeking against the dwarves. At least that Eros is seeking against the
And my
dwarves.
question was,
one more thing real quick. Strike would have taken
weapon from the Jovian Rider as a gift for Rogan.
Which one?
The Snake Rider.
Oh, his weird. It had a cool double axe thing.
It was a nice axe.
And I was just
Um,
questioning between the time of trying to get that arranged, that still leaves plenty of time for this army to. Well, they're not going to stay put. They're going to go somewhere, and we haven't controlled specifically where they're going to go, because they could go to the city and continue their course. But from what Liam gleaned the from the groundhog, they were waiting for something. And I know one of the concerns was that they could come back to the Lapids in vengeance, not necessarily a tactical decision, but more of a emotional decision, because they lost 4 of their units.
Which is also why Cerulean is staying behind to be able to send a message to Eros so that if we do need to go back, we can. So that we are prepared at the very least to mount a retreating defense. Like that is still a possibility. Like yes, we can't control for what the army is doing, and we're not trying to. We know it's a race against time. This is just an idea that Eros has, and if no one else has any better ideas, then we have to do something.
Oh yeah, one idea is dealing with those Jorvins that we do have. I thought one of the things that Strike and Trill wanted to do was try and find a way to bond with it, but that would
I
require.
mean, that has not come up yet. I mean, we can still do that. That's not out of the question, but it's not like we can't do multiple things at once. Like, that's not even a matter of time. That's just getting the ritual correct. I could take like a day. So
Because it was a matter of them choosing to bind to it, or some of the other that we have consuming the energy to enhance theirs.
yeah,
yeah.
like it's not.
So yeah,
I mean,
did we want to do that?
we're still going to do that. That's not a thing we're not going to do. But I do think Nova should also be here for that discussion as well, at the same rate.
Mhm.
But the idea of what do we do, but that's like, even if with that, there's still like, okay, well, what else are we going to do about these dwarves? I don't think even jumping in the Dwarvians is enough. We should still figure out some way to reduce their numbers as much as possible. And this chemical warfare is just one of those ideas.
Those of you that Liam definitely, and then maybe Eros too, as I know someone who has survival training. You could get a loose estimation if you want, based upon the information you've been given from your detect thoughts and your animals, of like how far away they are, to give you, I guess, more of a timeline to play with.
Oh, why not? I'll pump a side eye into that as well.
Overall
So
for
I
survival.
got 25.
Yeah.
Well, survival. Not.
Hey,
Give me that 26.
hey. All right. Big numbers. Okay. All right. That's pretty easy. My brain is thinking like the travel pace as outlined in D&D kind of rules is like for a party, not for an army. Armies are going to move a lot slower because they have lots of things that are moving and stopping and pooping and peeing and all the other things that are happening. Animals and whatnot. Um Where's my big map?
With
Ah.
a big map at, with a big map at.
Is that the right thing I did on that other map? Yeah, I did. Okay. Then we're gonna jump to this.
Idea gods.
Okay,
Good.
so you guys, the Lapid Haven is the center one under the L. Okay, is where you guys are at. So the dwarf army was kind of on the like near or to the river area, is to be sure. So the average party travels about 25-30 miles a day, right? So you guys, it would take you 3-4 days from that point to get to the city. So you're thinking 4, 5, maybe 6 days for the army to get to the outskirts of the city. And then that's just getting to the outskirts of the city. Moving a larger army through the swamplands that encompass most strongly the first 20 miles and then kind of stretch out further, like that's going to um so more than probably 6 days plus. It's probably going to take them to like figure out how to get to the city itself, from where they're currently coming out.
I also might have something.
Unless you guys want to do things to slow them down or things like that. The Lapids are going to be very apprehensive about leaving their home in any capacity. Like you have two eloquence bards in the party, so I imagine it's not going to be too difficult to convince some of that to happen if you want to go down that road. Definitely some of the assassins or samurai could probably handle that in some capacity. But that would be, at best like a dozen lapid, maybe 2 dozen lapid versus a few thousand dwarves that kind of keep them distracted. So
I mean, I have an idea. How to fully put this into words. So, so the Dwarvians, each continent has 7 Dwarvians. Are those Dwarvians maybe not 100%, maybe not linked or tethered, but like they have maybe some type of spiritual connection to one
yeah,
another?
in the same capacity that like my brain always thinks of it as the same capacity as like a twin or triplets, they're able to like sense things that are off or weird. There's a similar kind of sense to that. And you guys have already manipulated that sense to your advantage to as many sessions ago by this point. I've lost track. But when you guys triangulated where the 2 other Jorvians on this continent are other than Cash, you have the one in the Testadine lands that's loosely represented on this map. The alligator, and then you have the wolf far north, in the moon vein lakes, basically where most of the lupin are from.
Okay. Then I'm going to spend 4 inspiration
I knew it was coming.
so that the so that there's a little bit. I'll let you play with the idea, of course, but I want the jaguar being infested with the abyss to affect the other dwarvians that they have and slow them down in some way. Even if, and maybe possibly the abyss leaks out just a little bit from those other dwarvians because of their active.
All right, Manus, calm down.
Um. Okay. Okay. I will not tell you how effective it will be, but I will tell you it will be effective.
Oh no, I don't want to know shit. I don't know. I don't want to know shit until it's time to know shit.
Okay. Um.
So that's my meta idea. Uh, otherwise, Eros is fully committed to committing the most heinous of war crimes.
Well. Um. Unless anyone has anything they want to add before we talk about the city real quickly, where those things are kind of going to line up. And then I'll jump to that. So I'll ask one more time. Does anyone have anything with these forest characters they need to express about this transition that's going to happen?
Can I use
And
for
then
inspiration to make bonding with a Jovian easier?
mm, it might be better to save 3 inspiration to help you get a +20 on a check. Might be a better way to use it than that.
Man, I already carried him over to next session. Get it.
You always start with 3, with the new rules. So, for things. So, there's definitely enough to go around to manipulate some of those things, I think. But in general, something that specific, think we would be need to be more than 4 inspiration because of how powerful the Jorvians are. Unless I can think of a more subtle way to have effect, which I can't quite at this point. So. Nevertheless, Strike wants to bind to which one?
Which one does Trillo want?
Well, I mean, Trillo said he was staying behind. I mean, unless he still wants to bind to one of the Dwarvians. Reddit! God damn it.
Right. Did your answer fall asleep? You fucker.
I know he's not muted
Robin.
because every time he mutes himself, it's always through Discord.
Hmm.
Mother.
Let's
Okay.
go with the flight or yield org.
Wasn't that what Cerulean? Well, never mind.
Cerulean's making an argument for it. That doesn't mean that he has to be the one to it. I'm just adding layers of conflict to things.
Cerulean is trying to just get a bitch right now.
Which is not a very convincing argument given the current situation.
That's not the point.
He can't even. And Cerulean is like, he might have began teaching Eros, but Eros has outmastered him in terms of eloquence.
In some ways, yes. You're a multi-class. He's 100% in to eloquence. So, nevertheless, he now has this thing. It's pretty cool. Well, okay. Then next time will probably be some Dragon Rider stuff because that doesn't involve too many things with the other layer that is happening in the city. But once this forest group quote unquote goes to the city of Salt, they're gonna pause.
Yeah.
Because timeline speaking for the city of Salt characters,
They're like a week or
um,
so in the past.
yeah. So I was now with this extra day that you guys have spent here, more or less, which is fine. You guys are about 16, 17 days ahead of where the city is. With how things have played out with the war and things like that, which is along my initial timeline. It's hasn't folded any of those things just yet, but there are things to take care of in the city, to be sure, along the way. Um, and things that may happen that may modify some of what you guys see when these characters come to the city of Salt, to be sure. Like, hey, will the city still be there? I don't know. Because you guys are very powerful with demigod and things like that. But some loose things that other than the 16, 17 day time period, you will have a chunk of a few days in there for some downtime stuff that kind of is going to occur in the background, and then it's going to be things I'm gonna be honest, the last 3 weeks I've been absorbed by my job, so certain things I haven't had a chance to prep just yet, but um the idea of many of the layers of the different houses, assassinations and things are going to happen, and it requires some steps, to be sure. So um I'm excited. I just can't speak much more other than like the time frame of things for right now. I've been trying earlier I was trying to scroll through your different, not all of you, but a decent number of you have like put in like different background things that are happening. So I would appreciate for any of you to like revisit some of those things, and let's discuss about how possible some of those may be now with the stage courts being destroyed and the city on the brink of implosion in some ways. So your different houses you're connected to are each have their own kind of like trajectory they're going on now. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I guess the thing I might need from any of you, we talked about it this loosely last week, but you've had another week to kind of think about it. If there's anything you want to speak to now about your city characters to help me kind of get some insight into that, I would appreciate any of that. Otherwise, the goal will be next week that as soon as we're done with Dragon Rider stuff, however long that takes, we'll transition to the houses. And I want to have um I want the beginning return arc to the city to have some, the word I'm thinking is intimacy to it. I want there to be us to really zero in to a lot of the key characters. Have spent some time with each one of the houses in their own way to kind of see how things are laying out. And then um Setch is going to cause some problems if it's not already obvious by this point. So
Fetch,
uh
Mel's
sees.
indecisive. Well, like indecisive is not the right word. It's more like her destiny. I don't like that word either. But like, pretty much the choice that she's gonna make is gonna do some
Fate.
wrinkles.
Yeah, fate.
I guess so. I guess we could say fates. Fifth and the ninth house, and now 10th house with Piravani. Sith Lord's gonna Sith Lord. Birdman and his sanity, and Tarask. Yeah.
The first house having to
Oh,
basically
first
protect the
house
second house,
and second
yeah.
house, and
It's a
And then
chain
the
vines.
the other four houses that you guys haven't really paid attention to that are still involved in the chaos. It's just like
because some said they ran away.
Mhm.
I'd say Tenebris would definitely have gotten his hands on a portion of Universal Resistance at this point.
All I know is the last thing I have is I get a message from Eros that
Yep.
says, "Hey, I'm going to war, by the way."
Yeah,
When
and
was
That was
Well,
right before we
that was-
started the whole thing.
yeah. It
That's
was
before
literally
we
the night
started this
before the
whole.
fight. So in the
Yeah.
timeline, from the fourth character's perspective, it was 2 days ago. So
Yeah.
if we're going 16 days back, it'll be 14 days until that message comes in.
2 weeks into our fucking shenaniganry of if the city even is going to live, I'm gonna get a message that says, "Hey, I'm going to war, by the way," and then they're gonna show up like 3 days later. So
It's all assuming that Birdman's still
my life
alive.
sucks. I don't know.
He might be in the belly of a Tarrasque by that point.
I might be dead. Like I don't know. Because I'm still supposed to go on trial.
well,
Regardless.
I think we can put away the trial at this point. The stage courts were destroyed, and
No, I don't think they
No.
will.
Nope. It's not
That's the
going-
thing. That's the thing.
Uh,
I think that'll be the first thing they need to address, bro. Because now they might even blame that shit on me.
The
Yeah,
entire
because Brogan can collapse the entire stage course on its own.
But I was there when it happened.
And
Oh,
And if I've known anything about the city of Salt in the time that I've been working there,
they
they'll
saw.
find a fucking way.
They fucking. Saw.
we did discuss weeks ago during one of the last City Assault episodes how to kind of may and reinforce some of your claims there. There's still one of the very angry judges alive.
Yep.
That's is known to be a vindictive asshole. So there's that. And because of who the judges are, they're kind of an independent party, so they have some different control over the city, including god butchers and things like that. So
Even though I, Birdman, have a multitude of friends, there may be nothing that I can do now.
yeah. Well, things to think
case of
on.
point, it's a mess of focus. Different lenses on different focuses.
I'm on the path of the pardon or something, whatever they call it. I think
Well,
is what we're calling it.
Because the trial at first it was going to be like separate trials, but then it became a whole big thing of combining your trial, Mel's trial, and then to an extent Farwin's trial. But Sage Court's got imploded.
Yeah.
Tarrasque was fought and put in the hole. I definitely know one of the things Killian wanted to do was spend time searching the undergrounds now to make sure that there weren't more any clones. But I know, Seth, you mentioned you wanted to shift the focus more towards the impending dwarven invasion, which was kind of now swallowed up by the forest group.
Which will now
Yeah.
get solved, I guess.
Sort of.
That's going to be awkward.
Sort of. It kind of. I'm predicting by this point that we're gonna lean a little harder into the clone idea, probably. Just because my prediction by this point is the forest group has kind of, especially after today's role play, it seems like you guys have taken ownership of the Jorvians as like your responsibility to stop, kind of thing. At least from Eros's point of view, who's been kind of the spearhead with this whole Jorvian side story. So that has turned into the main story. So it was not really necessarily intended to be the main plot line, but hey, you stole from a matron mother, so